The Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. We're just south of Seattle for USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge, the third race of the 1998 Monster Truck Pro Arena Truck season. Hi, everybody. Ralph Shaheen along with Professor of Truckology Mike Galloway, and for the first time in our Motor Madness broadcast booth, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Good to have you here with us tonight. Well, we have got, as I said, monster trucks and pro arena trucks. And, Professor, we have got, A, really wild racetrack here tonight. B, some names that are missing. This is going to make for an interesting mix when it comes to the championship.
Top 3 racers in America aren't here tonight, Ralph. This track can make the difference. It's long, it's treacherous, it's a driver's track. Probably the most difficult track we have had since we started doing this, and it's really, really going to be tough. The people that are here are going to make up magic points. It's going to really mean a lot right at the end.
And Dream, one thing you know all about is championships, and these guys can have an opportunity to maybe make up some ground.
Let me tell you what, guys, this is madness. When you miss the big ones like this, you might fall behind. Opportunity knocking for somebody to take another step just a little bit closer to that championship title, and that's what it's all about.
That's a big point, and it is going to be an interesting night here as far as fighting for those championships. Well, let's find out what the story is in the monster truck section of our program tonight. Here's Dave Burns.
The story, Ralph, is right behind me. 2 30-yard dumpsters turned over and covered with dirt. They make the largest obstacles that these drivers are ever going to see all season long. And last night in a preliminary run, Eric Tack, driving the Bigfoot, was the best of all the monster trucks. Now, Eric, how do you guys take these big mounds on either end of the track?
Actually, I mean, these big dumpsters here create a problem because, I mean, we have a 90-degree turn when we get off them, and they're really tight up on top, but you really don't need the horsepower. You just got to get over them, make the nice tight turn.
And a monster truck, Ralph, is about 12 feet wide. These dumpsters make up about 13 feet, just 6 inches on either side.
Not a lot of room for mistakes. You're right, and that's an awfully big truck to have a problem with. And speaking of problems, if you were with us last week, you might have noticed, A, the entrance of my good friend the Dream over here, but there was some real craziness going on there, Dusty, and I'm still not real comfortable or real sure about what happened last week.
Well, let me tell you, Ralph Shaheen, if you thought that was just the entrance of Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, it was the entrance of madness. I'm talking about motor madness, the real madness coming here to this television network live in color each and every Friday night.
Pretty much, I think, clears up that part of the deal. But if you're still trying to figure out exactly what happened last week like I am, well, here's a look at the highlights of last week. What's going on out there?
Booth, we got a problem out here.
I don't know what to tell you.
There must be some kind of technical difficulty or something.
It's got to be. Well,
okay.
I don't know what to tell you, folks. Katie, where's Steve? You can hear me? You can hear me. Okay. No, I cannot hear you. Where is Steve? But you're okay. You're okay. Katie, don't go away. Katie's, oh.
Information is real sketchy this time, Ralph. These guys, really, they still aren't telling me anything, but I have been given a statement to read, okay?
All right.
Oh, this is too weird. It says, Motor Madness is under new direction. A representative will be here to make a statement and answer questions about the takeover. Well, evidently somebody's coming who's going to be able to explain this insanity.
Just read what's on the paper, ma'am.
Fine, sir.
Who's that?
It says here, Ralph, no one will be allowed in or out of the Motor Madness studios until this person arrives to give a briefing detailing the specifics of the studio takeover, and that's all it says. Now, that's fine and dandy. I'll sit around and wait for that, but I want to know where Steve Evans is, okay?
Mr. Evans is resting comfortably.
Well, oh, my gosh.
What is this?
Wait.
What? Now, that looks like a security. You know,
it is.
That's outside the studio.
Look at the time thing.
Is that a limo? Katie.
Ralph? Hey.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe this. They just told me that There's a cab waiting for me outside the studio. Yeah,
What?
that's right.
What is with the smoke?
I am leaving, and I don't know where I'm going. Even
Miss
though
Haas,
even
let's go.
why.
Let's go.
Are you
Cab is
okay?
waiting.
Wait a minute, hold on here now. First, Steve disappears. Now you're going to take me out somewhere in a cab, and you're not even going to tell me where I'm going. Don't you think there's going to be hell to pay when we get back to Nashville? I mean, this is my show. What are you doing?
No, ma'am. This is our show. Please, let's go.
Wait a minute.
Please.
Wait, are you telling me I'm out of a job?
Please, I didn't say that.
Wait a minute, what are you
Please.
saying? Where are you?
Let's go
You
to
know,
a
I got
cab.
a 94-year-old grandmother at home. This is going to worry the devil.
Katie, don't get in that cab.
Ralph, I don't know what's going on here. Apparently, Katie was taken away in some gypsy cab. Nobody seems to know who sent it or where it was taking her. If they do, boy, they're not telling me. I can't get any information from these guys, whoever they are, about anything. And I tell you, I've just about had it with them and Arturo.
But Steve, you're all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. You know, apparently Katie read some kind of a statement later that said there was supposed to be some kind of representative. Well, I haven't seen hide nor hair of anybody that fits that bill, okay? And I don't know the way things are going if I'm going to. Huh?
Both hide and hair. And the hide, by the way, is Armani. Could we get a couple chairs, gentlemen?
Oh, I am suitably impressed, Mr. Big. Now tell me, what the hell is going on here?
Mr. Evans, there's been some developments here. Would you please have a seat?
Obviously.
Please have a seat.
I don't want to sit down.
Please, sit.
Oh, and I get the cheap chair, huh? Okay, let's have some answers, buddy. What's happening here?
Mr. Evans, my name is J. Claude Dancer. I'm an attorney representing the interests of the individual who's now in control of the television program Motor Madness and all of these elements herein. After observing the program for the past year, my client feels that perhaps this show should be taken in a different direction. Oh, yes. They feel that it just doesn't live up to its name. In short, there's not enough madness.
What on earth possessed you to be painted with honey and rolled in cash?
It pays.
What's that? Oh, he's down, he's down. Get it. Ready. Pamela's pissed off us.
Dave, do you know what's going on, Dave Burns?
Yeah, Ralph, I can't see anything right now except a wrecker coming in, and I can't tell if that's for the competition that we just got done with. But other than that, it's dark down here. I can't see a thing.
Is Pamela near you? Is she involved in this?
No, Pamela's not anywhere nearby at all. I don't know where she went. There's girls now, Ralph. Not Pamela, but more girls.
Well, we've got some trucks seem to be pulling into the stadium.
What is with all of... Who is that?
Oh, my God.
You gotta be kidding.
No way.
Not him.
It is.
Not him.
It's the dream.
America, how are you? Don't you know y'all in this the American dream? Dusty Rhodes right here. And the madness I'm bringing with me, baby, ain't gonna ever stop. Yeah. Winston-Salem. Get on out here. I guarantee you, we getting ready to put up or shut up on Motor Madness. I'm the new color commentator for Motor Madness from now on. There'll be no more studio in Charlotte, North Carolina. All of the Madness team will come out into the field, will bring themselves out here, while all the rest in the back laughing and joking. Motor Madness gonna be out front, boom, cooking and smoking. Yeah. Now let me tell you something. It might be them swamps down in South Florida. It might be them Tacoma boys up there next Friday night. But let me tell you what, Dusty Rhodes is here, and boys, let's start the madness!
It's an absolutely sold-out house here in Tacoma, Washington. Hi, everybody. Ralph Shaheen, Mike Galloway, and the Dream, Dusty Rhodes, set to go racing with the monster trucks in their first round. Now, the big thing here is going to be the matchups in the obstacle course competition. And, Dream, you know all about matchups. That's a big key.
Well, I went to school with Professor Galloway, and he told me the key is the matchups. I'm looking at Firestone and Sampson starting the madness here tonight. Tacoma, Washington, sold out. It's going to be good. Brother Seaton gets off first, gets up that Bigfoot.
That is going to be a big matchup. Here's a look at the brackets. Bigfoot and Executioner, Wild Thing and Dragon Slayer, the Giant and Blue Max, and then the one that the Dream pointed out, Firestone and Sampson. And I like that matchup, Mike.
Oh, it could be anybody's race.
That's going to be a good one down there at the bottom of the obstacle course brackets. Now, here's our first matchup, Bigfoot and Executioner. Bigfoot, a 97 Ford F-150, 572 cubic inch engine, 1,400 big blue horsepower. The Executioner, 97 Chevy, 572 cubic inch engine in that one, 1,400 horsepower there as well. That's a pretty good matchup as well, Mike.
They look, on paper, they look very, very even. And when you look at the trucks, they look even. The guys with the... oh, and boy, is that a great shot out of the Bigfoot truck. Now, that's just a beautiful shot. That's going to give you the ride of a lifetime.
Well, I tell you what, you talk about excitement, guys. We're getting ready to see it right here. You know, somebody's missing this excitement. We're going to talk a lot about it tonight. Is Miss Katie Haas. And bottom line is, madness is on the air.
You know, Ralph, last time we saw this Executioner truck run, they built new blower on it. They put a new fuel system on it. They got a new sponsor on the side of it. Truck ran well. Up in Des Moines, Iowa, it was cold there. It's not as cold here. This may be a Bigfoot kind of course, but this is a driving course. You've got to watch what you're doing. Not a big horsepower course, a driving course.
Well, but I think one of the things based off of that, Mike, is how good Eric has become driving that Bigfoot truck.
Well, this isn't his first year. This guy's campaigned this truck for about 5 years. He's really, really accurate with it. He handles the truck well. He has a lot of confidence in the truck and in his own ability.
Professor Galloway, how important is the get-go to start, to get off quick?
In this particular race, that's the only place that acceleration is very important. From the starting line, after that, it's a driver's course. You got to get around the course as quickly as you can. You need to leave hard. You would like to have about a truck length the time you get to the mountain.
Boy, Bigfoot with a good jump. Here's that tricky mountain.
Right now, Bigfoot's got a lead. He's over the first set of mountains. Oh, Mark almost went off the side with that Executioner truck, but he went ahead and drove through it. Bigfoot's still out in the lead. He's hard on the baggers, bringing it around. He just about got this one in the bag if he doesn't make any kind of a mistake. Uh-oh, he's in trouble.
Big problems for the Executioner.
We got trouble down here, guys. Look at this.
We thought this was going to happen, and what has happened, Ralph, this thing is only 6 inches, as Dave Burns mentioned earlier, on either side of it. Mark misjudged it just a little bit. The truck looks like it's hung up. There's one of the big steel rollers that is on the bottom side of that is probably stuck up underneath that front end, and that's keeping it from rolling backwards. They're going to have to bring the big John Deere loader out, looks like, to try to move the Executioner around. I don't think it hurt the truck at all. I think the truck's probably all right. I just think it's hung up a little bit.
Let's look at this again. We've got a replay of this.
Now watch what happens. He drifts the truck coming out of it. He drifts it too far to the right, kicks that tire, lifts up off the ground, he hits something, and he's way off balance. Now, he cannot see anything but the top of the roof at that point, so he doesn't know how much trouble he's in until the truck lays over on its side.
Yeah, let me ask you another question. He almost lost it on his first jump. You know, opportunity right there to lose it down here and come down here and lose it. I guarantee you, this got to be a big disappointment for him to pull this far and something like this happen.
Well, it is, but he's still going to come back in the straight line side to side, and he'll be competitive in that.
There you go.
Right now, though, need all the help he can get, though, isn't it? They got to get him off of this first. The Executioner hung up. Bigfoot marching on to the second round. We're just getting underway here in the Tacoma Dome. Don't you go away. We're back to Tacoma, Washington. We're inside the Tacoma Dome, where we just saw Bigfoot put away the Executioner. And actually, Dave Burns, the Executioner kind of did it to himself.
Yeah, that's right. And Mark Hall is still in the cockpit of the Executioner. Tim Hall, his brother, is a crew chief. Have you been able to tell what the damage is on the truck from his lineup on the dumpsters there?
Well, Dave, we're not sure. He said all of a sudden he doesn't have any power, so I don't know if we cut a battery cable or something on that thing or whatever it is, but we should be able to get it fixed. We got, unfortunately, now being out, but we got a long time before the straight line, and we'll see if we can get her fixed. We'll be all right.
Yeah, they took it off there pretty gentle, Ralph, so hopefully they'll be able to get this tough truck back out there.
Here is our next matchup. It's going to be the Wild Thing against Dragon Slayer, a 96 Chevy, 472 cubic inch engine, 1,200 horsepower in the Wild Thing, more of the old style truck. Dragon Slayer, we've seen it before, but not with this paint scheme. It's a 96 Chevy S10, 525 cubic inch Donovan, 1,600 big dragon slaying horsepower into the belly of this one. That truck, Mike, the more traditional new style. Here's the old style here with Wild Thing.
When I talked about, you talk about old style, Ralph, this is a leaf spring. Now this is a shock truck. There's no springs on this truck at all. It's all hydraulic shock. And the softness of the ride. This truck has leaf springs like the rear end of most older automobiles, and they will not respond quite as quickly. Here's what I'm talking about. The leaf springs right in this area.
Wow, that's good.
They don't have the responsiveness that these shocks do.
That's good drawing, I'm telling you. You got all the out. You'll see.
Look at Dragon Slayer take off. Boy, it really gets a good bite.
Well, Wild Thing's having some problems down here on this end. Having problems getting over the dumpster. Here again, watch this truck when it comes over the jump. It won't land quite as good as the other trucks do. See how it bounces? Moves around out there, Ralph.
Now, Dragon Slayer's going ahead and attacking this course out here. He's bringing the madness to it. Now, watch this thing right here. Well, baby.
Dragon Slayer victory. That truck sets down on the ground and it settles in better. You can steer it. You can stop it. It's just a whole lot better.
The Dragon Slayer will move on. He'll match up against Bigfoot in the next round. Let's take a look at the finish here with Dragon Slayer, and you'll see how much better this truck handles.
Kicks the back of the truck around. Very important. Just a good, strong run to the cars and up and over. And see how that truck settles in, how it lands real smooth. That's what you want.
Professor Galloway, is them hydraulics very important to kicking that truck in the back around like that on all of them?
Right. You got front and rear steering. Now, there was some heavy-duty sparks coming out of the front of that truck. What I would imagine that is there's a brake caliper hooked to the input shaft on the front end, and it's shielded. I hope that disc brake got up against one of the shields, and that's what's causing the sparks to come out of it.
Well, if you think Dragon Slayer is a pretty truck, wait till you see one of the ones in our next round. This is going to be the Virginia Giant going up against the Blue Max. Now, the Giant, 1997 Ford F-250, 429 cubic inch engine, 1,500 horsepower. Blue Max, first time we've seen this truck on TNN's Motor Madness, a 98 Chevy S10, 476 cubic inches, 1,200 horsepower.
I tell you something, guys, the Virginia Giants got probably one of the prettiest impellic paint schemes I have ever seen, drilling this 17,000 people right here in attendance tonight. Plus, what a madness we got going, guys. And Professor Galloway,
yeah.
I'm telling you what, I'm waiting on Firestone to come out here. I'm telling you.
Right after this.
All right.
Chucky B, or Chuck B,
yeah.
The gentleman that put the paint on this. He also put the paint on the Samson. Chuck B is quite a graphic artist, as we can all tell.
I saw Delilah put the paint on Samson. That's what I thought. You crazy, man.
That was close, but not exactly. She put the paint in Samson, not the paint.
Well, the Giants going to try to put the paint in Blue Max here tonight.
Oh, Dale's in a little bit of trouble. He let off way too soon. The truck had no power on that end. We got problems also down on the other end with the Blue Max. They both had problems over those big hills. Right now, Virginia Giants got a control of this thing. The Max is all over the course to where he should be.
Oh, Giant just standing up on the nose.
Oh, and now he's all over the course. He's out on the other side. It was a win, but it wasn't pretty for the Virginia Giant. That's okay. It still counts.
I'll tell you what, guys, that wasn't pretty, but there's look at that. There's glass and everything over there. I mean, just fenders laying out everywhere. That was wild, guys.
Well, we're being told Blue Max got the win there.
Wow.
Right? Boy, that's shocking.
Well, Blue Max.
The Giant knocked the pole down. Remember, we said he stood it up on the nose, coming off the big mountain. The second one, When he did that, he knocked over one of the white poles. Now, the problem for the Blue Max, there you see him, is he's going to have to square off against either Firestone Wilderness or Sampson in this next round, and neither one of them is going to be easy. Here's where Giant knocks over the pole. Watch him standing up here.
You know, he can't see, and he gets the tires up off the ground. Then he stands it right on his nose, and there goes the pole, and it's gone.
He almost lost it a little bit earlier, too. I'm going to tell you what. I said earlier we're going to talk about Katie Haas missing the destruction of the Charlotte studio, but this is where we're going to be each and every Friday. But Katie Haas's favorite car, she told me, Sampson.
Well, that's a pretty good one to pick because Sampson's going up against Firestone Wilderness. Here's the stats on him. Wilderness, a 97 Ford F-150, 572 cubic inches, 1,400 horsepower. Big Sampson, well, those biceps are a 96 Chevy, 560 cubic inch engine, 1,350 horsepower.
Hemi.
Hemi.
That's what that means, Hemi.
Yeah.
Hemi. I hear you over here, Professor Galloway.
Big motor, huh?
Yeah.
Lots of horsepower.
That is a big motor.
Wow.
John.
Gotta love the biceps on this one, Dream.
I'm telling you what, looking clean. Oh, I thought Firestone was a jumping the gun there. What happened there, Professor Galloway? Just kind of like a run up, run down, back through, get right.
Just kind of a little burnout. Make sure the tires are going to settle in. Everything's going to work when he does mash the motor. These injected alcohol motors respond instantly to the throttle, and they're blower motors, so lots of horsepower on these. Let's see what happens. Patrick out in front just a little bit, but Patrick had problems on the curve last time I saw him run.
Well, Firestone looks like he's out front here right now. Oh, he's struggling to get to the next set of cars, though.
Firestone about a truck length in the lead, but he's still got a big mouth ahead.
Oh, man.
He's in good shape. Now he's out of shape a little bit.
There you go.
Firestone Wilderness is going to get the win, Dream.
I like it. That's madness. I like that. And I'm not knocking the Sampson fans now, but that was smooth. I like that. Almost lost it a couple times. Professor Galloway.
Well,
I guarantee you Sampson will be back strong in the drag racing, the side-by-side portion. Look at this finish. Even as sideways as he was getting to the cars, Professor, he did a pretty good job of straightening it out to take the win.
Bigfoot trucks handled so well.
So Firestone Wilderness will come back up against Blue Max. Dragon Slayer and Bigfoot will square off when we come back for round 2 of the obstacle course. Plenty more madness coming your way from Tacoma, this packed house. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome here in Tacoma, Washington. We have just gotten through the first round of the obstacle course. And, guys, I got to tell you, that was one really tricky course. Mike, those mountains really ate up the competition.
Talked about it at the first of the show, Ralph. You cannot make a mistake. Once you make a mistake, you're history. There's no place to run fast on this course. You got to drive all the way through it. One mistake and you're history for the night.
Like that one right there.
Yeah.
Now, one thing they will have an opportunity to do, Dream, is go back into their locker room, the pit area, if you will. Think about what they did and maybe formulate a different plan.
Well, athletes are athletes no matter what they do, and that drive inside of you is what makes madness and coming here all about. Yeah, it's a dangerous track. You get one shot of it. You know what I mean? And bottom line is they're going to be out here just trying as hard they can, working on them and getting them back ready to go.
You know, Mike and I were talking just before we got the show started. We were wondering a little bit about this J. Claude Dancer guy and your relationship to him.
Well, the relationship with J. Claude Dancer is always been good. It's a thing that he has a positive thought about Motor Madness and where they want to take it. And talking to him, he had expressed interest that his client had wanted to push this Motor Madness all the way to the top. And, you know, I think he might be able to do it. Give him a little chance here, you know.
We thought you were the client.
Be the client?
Yeah.
No.
You're not the man?
Client. I was hired just like y'all, you know, just like you was. Now, the client, as speaking to Dancer, says the same thing. Motor Madness, it's going to be madness. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be something to behold. So, looking forward to big things from Motor Madness. One thing I want to know, though, I want to know where my darling Katie Haas is. She should be sitting right out here in a chair right beside me. But anyway, I'm not the client. No.
It's confusing. We've got plenty more coming. The Tacoma Dome. Tacoma, Washington. Monster Truck Challenge night on Motor Madness. Stay with us. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tacoma, Washington. Now that we have gotten through the monster trucks, it's time, Professor, to start talking about pro arena trucks. And we're getting set for the Fast 15. Now, what they do here is they run one round through, and the fastest 15 come back. What do you think that's going to do here tonight?
Well, this first part of the course, Dusty, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You've got to get into the course hard off the starting line, but the thing about it is you've got to try to sometimes build a sequence so that you go over the course with some kind of rhythm. You need a rhythm in there, and then you've got a hard right turn at the end of the track. When that happens, you could be in trouble at any time right in that point of the racetrack, Dusty.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, the thing about arena trucks, this is the working man's sports event.
Dusty, excuse me just for a second.
What
Gentlemen,
is it?
I'm being told that we have some information about Katie. Let's take a look at this here. Apparently, Katie has been officially listed now as a missing person. Here's this. Well, this was last week where Katie was getting in,
She's got in
the cab. Dream, you didn't see any of this last week.
Well, you know, but going back and looking at, you know, this whole situation here of what went down, I mean, it was just, you know, it was unbelievable as the studio was tore up and everything started to happen and people were running and jumping and Katie Haas put the cab.
I don't see how they let her get in that cab in the first place. That didn't look more like a taxi cab than something I drive.
Professor, she is such an important part of madness. And I guarantee you the whole world is wishing and waiting and wondering what's going on as we are. As we sit at these great events, we feel a little bit like, you know, something's missing because Katie's not here.
Well, something is missing.
Well, of course, TNN not want to sit around and let Katie just get away like that.
Right.
So we've gone ahead and hired a private investigator, Mr. Neil Cargyle. I'm told we have him on the phone. Mr. Cargyle, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. Sheehan?
Yes.
Yeah, Neil Cargyle here.
What's the status of this case?
Well, I'm down here on Independence Boulevard in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, continuing my investigation into the disappearance of Miss Katie Haas. Hers has been a particularly troubling case in that she has not been seen or heard from since she left the Charlotte studios last week, and not one clue exists as to her whereabouts. And I must tell you, gentlemen, that in all my years as a private investigator, I've never seen a trail go so cold so fast.
Any leads of any kind at all about Katie?
No, nothing. We have no information at this time.
Well, yeah, let me ask you a question. You better get somebody on it. You better put somebody on it besides yourself and stroll in the streets of Charlotte, North Carolina and find out.
Again, Miss Haas has been gone a week, but listen, if we are going to find her, we're going to need to enlist the public's help. And if there's anyone anywhere out there that has any information concerning the whereabouts of Miss Katie Haas, please fax us on the official Motor Madness fax line. And this is the number. Please write this down. It's area 253-404-1786. Again, that's area 253-404-1786. Any help that you can give us would be greatly appreciated.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cargyle. And we'll continue to follow this developing story here on TNN and the missing Katie Haas. Stay with us. We'll be back for more of Motor Madness from Tacoma, Washington after this.
That don't sound good.
Well, he needs to get on his horse.
And we're ready now for our pro arena trucks, the first ones to attack this racetrack here in Tacoma, Washington. This racetrack is a very challenging one, so we took a look earlier today as to how tricky Tacoma is.
Okay, taking off here. First rhythm section's hard to time. Just got to kind of ride it out. Some hit it right, some kind of messes them up. Got to be set up for this turn, because the very important part is to be straight coming to this tabletop. The edges are very narrow. Come down, keep it clean. This is a throttle section. Get it just right. You come over. This is a double. Keep it clean coming down here so your tires are on the ground so you can get some throttle right here. It's a good speed section. So good. Roll it over clean. Watch where you come down. And you're going for the finish line. This is just nothing but throttle right here. And that's our run.
Well, there's our run, and here's our first competitor, Bud Thomas out of Orangevale, California, a suburb of Sacramento. And he is ready to go with this Ford Bronco. 1971. It's got a 302 V8 in there. This could be a pretty good truck for this kind of track here, Mike.
All fiberglass, but it's a two-wheel drive truck. Looks like a four-wheel drive, and it's two-wheel drive. I think you need all four-wheel drive in this particular course because of the ups and downs. Some of the way the whoops are set up where you need to be driving with those front tires when you land into them. And it is a very treacherous course. You're going to have to turn hard coming down there. Now he's into the back section, kind of a rhythm section. Some of the guys are going to try to put those doubles together on those. It's a pretty clean run. I mean, he's putting it all together. He doesn't have a lot of horsepower, but that's not going to be the name of the game. You need to get around the corner. Now he's wide open for the finish line. We'll take a check. It's going to be somewhere in the 30 zone.
I tell you what, you know, he went a little wide right there now, Professor Callaway. Is that true? Towards the end of that thing.
Well, yeah, Dustin, I think we're going to see that a lot because when you come down off that hill, you can't see exactly where you're going, and you want to try to keep it as close to it as you can. Up and over. Now, what's going to happen? He needs to cut in a lot quicker and get it around, and he's not going to do it. He can't kick the back of the truck out.
Right there.
About a 34.06, gentlemen.
Wow, I don't know about that. You got to be tight here, guys. I really believe that.
Darrell Crowder, number 120, out of Ridgefield, Washington, in a Jeep. That's what they call a flat fender Jeep.
Early model, 348. It's what it's built to look like. It's actually a fiberglass replica or an aluminum replica of it. This truck has a V8 in it. Lots of horsepower on this truck, maybe too much horsepower. The combination is so important tonight. Here again, he's getting around the course pretty well right now. Didn't try to make the double, and they kicked it sideways.
That killed him, Mike. You know, 351 Cleveland is dead right now.
Ralph, we've seen this many times. We saw it a lot last year. When the trucks go to bouncing like they are over the first set of whoops and over the back set of whoops, you're going to see that gas come out of the carburetor, and the trucks are just going to flat die. They're going to run out of gas. An injected truck ought to run real good on this course.
Well, guess what? That 34.60 don't look so bad now. The 38.65, the next one up.
I tell you what, you know, Ralph, he lost it back there as we talked about, but he went ahead and continued the run, and that's what competing is all about.
Never giving up.
What's happening is the fuel is coming out of the carburetor, which doesn't go into the motor, and you're just dead. It will not run. They're bouncing them so hard that they're splashing the fuel out of the bowls themselves.
The bowls are what?
The gasoline bowls, not the cereal bowl. That's what you're looking at.
No, the fuel was coming out of the bowl.
The gasoline. There's bowls that hold the fuel in there.
Well, I don't have a telestrator, but I'd like the next time for you to point that out with a little stick you got pointing on the television.
Well, I'm going to help you, Dusty. Don't worry about that.
I know you will. You're my man, even though you're from Oklahoma.
Looks like Tim Essex.
There was a time you liked Oklahoma, okay?
Yeah, but I divorced her.
I'm not going there.
Whoa. Tim Essex is done. His Toyota is not going to come to life. So the driver out of Stevenson, Washington is done. Now, this is one you can relate to.
Thank you, Ralph.
Professor. Grandpa Ron Smallwood is up next.
Oh, hush.
He's got 79 Chevy Love truck.
Well, he'll show you kids how to do a few things right here. This little Love truck. Two-wheel drive. They took the front suspension out of it, put a straight axle. Lines up pretty good to the cars. Oh, over the top.
Hey, you want to know what Santa does when he's not delivering gifts? He drives this Love truck. Get a look at Grandpa. Oh, watch out. Oh, he's giving it a ride.
Somebody move the kid.
Give it to gas. That's what you got to do. He ran all the way over the hay. Took out a full set.
He knocked over a lot of orange steaks, too, Mike. That maybe cost him.
It did.
And he looks just like Santa Claus. Look at him.
Way wide.
38.07.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, you know, them times.
I think the problem was the beard got in the way. Here he is coming up the first jump, Mike.
Look at him working and sawing that steering wheel, trying to get this thing brought around. Gives it to gas, kicks the back of it out, but the tires don't get straight out. It comes too far around, and boy, from then we're just in a lot of trouble. Build up speed going down that hill, and you can't make this turn. When you come off that, you build up too much speed, kicks the back of it out. Now it's going to get completely out of control.
Whoa, look out.
There it goes.
Whoa, Nelly.
That's a +5.
Let's check in with Dave Burns.
Well, Ralph, Marlene Rogerson is getting ready to go right now, and she's got a coach in this whole deal, and it's Rob Mello. Now, Rob, you've been coaching her to be a little bit more aggressive. What did you tell her about running tonight?
Told her to stand on it and let's go for it. Let's place in the top 5 tonight with it.
You told her to go for broke?
Oh, yeah, go for broke.
That is the name of Rob's truck. And by the way, Marlene's husband owns a towing company, so if she gets in trouble, she's all set.
off and running.
Look at the antenna. The antenna is really getting it. Bewitched. It's a good-looking Ford Bronco. And she's getting
there you go, girlfriend. Get on around there. There you go, girlfriend.
Hey,
yeah.
He's looking pretty good, guys. He's going to teach the guys how to do this, I think, here tonight. She's putting together a good run.
Keep it. Oh, that's beautiful. Doubled it. Well, just keep on it.
There you go.
This lady is doing a great job.
She made up a lot of time with that double. Got through that turn just perfectly, Mike.
Had the back of the truck lined up perfectly. Now she just
take it home, baby. Take it home.
Beautiful.
All right. Crowd going crazy.
She is not afraid to fly it either, is she? 38.9. Well, we are getting underway with the Pro Arena trucks here in the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. Plenty more coming your way. The ladies showing them how to do it here. And we're back to Tacoma and ready to go with more of our Pro Arena trucks as the USA Monster Truck Challenge continues for our first ever visit to the Northwest here in Tacoma, Washington. This is Chris Pace out of Bellingham, Washington. Plumber by trade with an 84 Ford Ranger.
Well, not real hard off the starting line. And
he didn't really break in. He didn't break anything getting up there, did he?
No, and it's a long wheelbase truck. That's not going to help it very much in this.
Sounds like he's awfully low on horsepower, too, Mike.
2,300 cc's. These are pretty good little Ford trucks. Boy, this one's taking a beating as it goes down through there.
I tell you what, though, he's coming smooth into here. Now see what kind, how wide he gets right here is the real key.
Kicks it back in.
He's in the hunt, boys.
Yeah. There you go.
A 32.1. That's your new quick time. It might be long and gangly and small in horsepower, but boy, it ran well.
It's a Ranger.
Look at him going through here.
What he's doing is touching the brakes. That keeps the front tires from spinning, and you don't want to do that. He's slowing it down. He couldn't see over that hill, and if he couldn't see, he didn't want to go there. So,
yeah, he knew there was nothing on the other side he wanted to see at that one point.
I promise you, he thought he was in trouble.
That was a lot of bed of truck to keep sliding around, too. Now, here's the first truck that we've seen on a regular basis on our TNN Motorsports coverage of Pro Arena trucks. This is Rob Mello out of Fresno, California. This is a Go for Broke truck, a 79 Ford, and I know you like it, too, Professor.
I do like this truck. It needs four-wheel drive tonight. You saw him land in the back wheels in the air, and the front tires wasn't moving coming out of the whoops, and you need those front tires grabbing the ground. He's got to really go hard from this point forward to get in there. He's making a great run. You know, this is his dad's truck. His dad bought it new, and he is really charging the finish line. Let's see if he can get the money with this. Need to be the first 15 to be there.
He's in.
There you go.
He's our new quick time, too, with a 31.85.
He's in big time, guys. Nice run. Made it work for him.
Well, now that truck that we were talking about earlier, Tim Essex, the one that had the problems getting started out of Oklahoma.
No, it's not out of Oklahoma. This has got a V8 in it. This is a pretty strong running truck.
Well, what does that have to do with Oklahoma? A V8.
He's from Stevenson, Washington.
There you go. Same thing. Just like that Ford when it took off, already locking up them wheels.
Dancing over those tires.
Yeah.
Dancing over the whoops. Now he's spinning the tires, kicks them back in them and out. Looks like a sprint car driver, spins them up the hill. Oh, he gets on the brakes. Look at it, he's got that left arm hanging out the window, kind of a Wild Willie Brochure type of deal. Oh,
man, let me tell you, this is great.
Not a good sight. Those big bruises on your chest show shoulder belt marks.
Hold her head up. She's headed for the P-patch here, boys.
I believe he's got it.
Oh, way wide, way wide.
And then now he's just...
now it dies right at the
finish line.
Get out and push it. Get out and push it, Billy.
He's not as big as you are, Dusty. He can't make it roll uphill.
The guy with the flag need to help him.
He can't help him either. Dusty, they roll downhill, not uphill.
Oh, I'm telling you what, this is madness. I guarantee you, boys, I'm still disturbed over that situation with Katie Haas. Man, I'm telling you, really thinking about it a lot. Yeah, first getting in trouble there, Professor.
Watch this. Ooh. I mean,
you know, he might have damaged it right there.
I think he probably did. I think the trannies went bad on it that time around.
There's his hand out, hanging on to the windowsill. This packed crowd here in Tacoma, Washington has filled the dome to the rafters, and they're loving the madness. TNN's Motor Madness. We hope you are too. Stay with us.
Whoa!
executioner.
And that is a beautiful.
Whoa! Standing on a nose.
Oh, it's up.
Oh, look out, look out, look out. Oh, and Roy Fisher took her over on her side.
Does it?
Mike, hang on. Keep her digging. Oh, man. Can you believe this? Hey, if you like Pro Arena trucks and monster trucks as much as the Professor, the Dream, and I do, then this is a tape for you. Send $15.99 plus $4 for shipping and handling, and call them at 1-800-771-3666. Monster Trucks, P.O. Box 22499 if you don't want to call them. Kansas City, Missouri, 64112. That's a great tape. We'll send it right back on out to you. Well, here's our next competitor. This is Rod Jansen. He's from Washington as well. This Ford Bronco 2 is an 87 with a 302 in it.
Little short couple truck, Ralph, and this thing can get around the track real well tonight. Let's see how he works. He can get in and out of the corners quick with it. He went to the far right-hand side of that hill, and that made him swing right wide for this time. Hit the double. Is the truck going to live out of that, though?
No.
Not tonight. And what we're seeing is what we talked about earlier. When you get it up that high, it drains all the fuel out of the carburetor bowl.
In the bowl, though,
the
right?
bowl.
The fuel, the carburetor fuel went into the bowl, and he's dead stopped in the middle of the track. No pay window for him tonight. Is that what we're talking about?
That's close as you'll ever get, Dusty.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of air, just giant air. But what is happening inside the carburetor, the fuel is just flogging around, and it's not going into the motor, and the truck won't run. Did you get that?
I hear it's not going in the motor. The fuel is flogging around, and the truck won't run, and it's madness right here on TNN.
When you talk about flogging, try not to throw those arms around so much so I don't get flogged in the process.
Did it hurt you?
No, but you could have.
Well, I tell you what, you know yourself, Ralph, there's so many new things. We read today a lot about what's coming to Motor Madness and going up in the ice and seeing snowmobiles and everything down the swamp buggers. It's just going to be so excited getting this thing, though, worked out with Katie Haas, #1. Here we go. Scott Matheny. He's got an old Blazer.
And it is Blazer by design is about all. Motor set back in it, the radiator's in the back of it, and it's two-wheel drive right now. You know, all you want to do is make it around the course. Don't try to go fast. And he took down a pole.
Oh, that's going to hurt him. That's 5 seconds right there.
And he's trying to make up for it.
Yeah, he's going to try to turn it into it. I guarantee you, Professor, going forward right here now. Take it on over.
Alley-oop.
Oh.
That hurt.
32.95. Hey, that's actually not a bad time. That would get you back in the Fast 15. But 5 seconds tacked on from the pole.
But he's still there.
He's still probably enough.
Yeah.
Here you go. Crazy run coming up, Professor.
What's this? This no rhythm.
Well,
his head looks like one of those little bobble dolls in the back of a truck.
Yeah, because
right
a
there
hula
is the
dance,
pole.
like a hula doll.
What's this? Bobbing doll. That's what they call those heads. Ooh, yes. Yes, and you know, and what that is a very good advertisement for neck braces.
Yeah, Ed Madness right there, man. You leave home with your head, and when you get back, you want to make sure it's on your body.
Yeah.
Donnie Bright's got a 66 Ford Bronco with a 69 302 in it.
It's just the Bronco. Bronco shell is about it. Everything else is set to race. Doing pretty good at this particular point, but boy, we've seen a lot of people get in trouble on that car course.
Right here, they get hurt right here.
Doesn't sound real strong.
That may not be bad right now. You may want to just ease it around there, nurture it to get it into that fast 15, and then when you come back, you want to stay.
There you go, nice cut.
Oh, it's banging bad, Ralph.
Oh, 31-33.
Yeah.
It did sound bad, but it is running well.
That's the kind of way I am sometimes. I sound bad, but I run well.
I have yet to see you get past a fairly fast walk to see you run. But
What's
this guy was going
Oh,
pretty
see,
good.
it banged right there. That's when it missed. That's a pretty good landing.
Ralph Mahaney had a pretty good run, Dave Burns.
Sure did, Ralph. And the amazing thing is that as rough as that ride was, he has power steering. He has 18 times more steering than a normal steering. Scott, that was a wild run. Tell us about it.
It was great. It was great. I love to run better, but I'm flooding out. I'm losing high range because that's all I got left.
Guys are a little worried about your head. How is it?
My head's fine.
At least that's what he says.
Wait till tomorrow. That's when he'll feel it, huh, Dream?
Yeah, you talk about Steve down in there doing them interviews. You know, I've been looking for that Pamela. You know, last Friday night she showed up in a whole lot of splendor and glory, and I guarantee you we got a lot of calls and letters about her and kicking it in. I like to see. I wonder where she is here tonight.
Well, we got Gary Woodruff for you.
Well, Gary almost went out the other end of the arena.
Wonder if he's in a candy.
Right here now, right here.
Right, this is a truck called Mighty Mo, he calls this Jeep. Actually, it's a Willie.
It's got a V8 motor in it. You hear it thundering.
Here you go. Good time right here, guys. Oh, he didn't keep it loose. I mean, keep it
All right, go on.
Hey, look at that. 30:34. That's your new quick time.
Hey, Professor, you hear what I said? He couldn't keep it loose. I mean, he couldn't keep it tight. And you didn't contradict me. You didn't get into my repertender. You know, you didn't say you was wrong.
I wouldn't say that about you, Dream. Big as he is, I'm going to talk back to him? No way.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah, I'm scared of him. Well, not really.
Stay with us. We are back to USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge, and the first time the Motor Madness has visited the Great Northwest. We've come all the way to Tacoma, Washington to watch great pieces of machinery like this one, Red Wolf, 79 Bronco that belongs to Mike Reynolds out of Deer Park, Washington. Now, Mike is a logger by trade, so I'm sure this truck's been up and down some old logging roads a few times, huh?
I bet it's seen a deer or two in its life.
You got around there real nice, guys. Here comes the dangerous part of this course.
Oh, it did the double very well.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it pretty well dialed in right now, but if he does get in trouble on this big mountain,
Hey, this
guy's
could be
got
a
it.
run.
This could be your time right here, guys.
It's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
He'll come back.
Will he ever?
31-32. Now remember, if it's the first time you've seen the Pro Arena trucks, as Mike Reynolds moves into second place, they will have a fast 15 that will come back and take a second run at the course. And it is not your second run time that counts, but your best time out of the two runs. So he'll have a chance to improve. Well, when he broke, though, if he can get a run in, he'll have a chance to improve.
Oh, I think he'll get it running. He's probably got a lot of friends here this close to home, Ralph. Ralph was talking about my speed. If you don't like this one, you're sure not going to like the other one.
Dave, they had problems with old Red Wolf.
Yeah, kind of tough when you're the new leader, but you're broke. Mike, do you know what happened?
Just the battery cable or something. The starter won't even turn over.
A minor adjustment, and you can come back and defend.
We'll be back.
All right, he's looking forward to the next round, guys.
Yeah, I was glad to see the fuel didn't get in the bowl and stop him right down there at the end, Professor. You know what I'm talking about? Because he was on a flat surface right there.
Dusty,
What is it?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Unfortunately, I'm not sure you do.
I always do. It's roadism. It's going to be spread throughout the land right here on Madden. I want to know what Pamela is. Bring her out here.
She could be anywhere.
I'm telling you, I know it. She was mixing with the crowd. She was taking it to the people last night. Last Friday night. Last night was when me and the professor was taking it to the people. I told on him there, boy. Hold his head up. He's coming home.
I don't believe I'd have said that, Dusty.
Well, I know. We just had a good time last night.
Oh, boy. Didn't we ever.
Tacoma's a beautiful city.
Well, I was resting.
Yeah, I'm talking about last night now, what me and Galloway did last night.
Okay, let's get back to racing. Surely
Thank you very much. Kevin Stein. He's from Washington. Got himself a Samurai.
It's 1.2 cc's.
It's going to need a lot more than that.
Oh, watch out. Oh.
Okay.
But came back, though. Came alive. Hey, he's quick, Ralph.
He's real quick.
I'll get it turned in there tight now. Take it home, baby.
Just
unreal. 31-33 Dream. What do you think of that?
I'm going to tell you what, that was quick. We've seen it coming quick. You know, Ralph, let me ask you a question here. We've been watching these things go right down here at the end when you're going home. The wider you get, man, you lose like seconds, like heartbeats of seconds.
Yeah, that is really a tricky deal, that last corner, Dream. Now, listen to this guy. It popped out of gear there, Mike.
I did it. I do believe a Suzuki will turn 10,500.
Yeah, and at some point in time, it'll turn 11.5.
Yeah.
David Peplow, we've seen him before out of Gurneyville, California. He towed all the way up north up by 5, and he brought his Ford Ranger. We've seen Rangers go pretty good tonight.
He got his lights on, too.
This is the guy that has the best chance of making giant strides in the race for the championship. He's up in the top 5, and if he can just keep this thing online, he will gain some momentum and points. And he has really got a beautiful run going. He's driving this truck the way it should be driven, and he looks great to the finish.
He got it, too.
Look at that.
Nice job.
28.75. That is a blazing time.
You called it right, Professor. That was really quick, and he was smooth, too.
Wow. What a great run by Peplow.
Watch him get around this course, and he's got the tires turned when he lands. That kicks the back of the truck out this way. That comes around and lines him up for the finish line right there, and that, my friends, is in the money.
Dave, how about our new leaders?
He did a great job last night in the preliminaries, but blew out a tire. Tonight, you got the tire problem fixed. Did you save anything for round 2?
Yeah, I did. I know what I messed up out there, and I'm going to do better on my next round.
What about catching Jim Hopkins this weekend?
This weekend he's not here, but I will catch him. I'll see him in Beaumont.
All right, look for a matchup later on, but for now, David Peplow eases in on Jim Hopkins' lead.
Well, one guy Peplow's got to keep an eye out of is Greg Hosman, another Northern California driver. And we've got an onboard camera with this Citrus Heights David and his 86 Toyota.
Boy, he's taking a real tough beating, but look at him. Saw on that steering wheel, bring that truck around, trying to kick the back of it out. Not quite like the Ranger did, but a good run going so far. This is a real touchy part of the course. Look how hard the rear suspension's working on it. The wishbone right here and the shocks up and down. Can he do it, Ralph? He's going to be real close.
Oh, he knocked the pole over, Mike. That's going to knock him out.
And he was quick, too, guys.
Oh,
real quick.
He is going to be heartbroken over that.
Oh, man.
That's 5 seconds. Mike, that might bring him back. It will bring him back, won't it?
It will definitely bring him back. He knows where that 5 seconds is. That's not hard to figure out. All he's going to have to do is come down that course just a little bit longer and cut back quicker.
All right, you want to know what an off-pro truck is like? Watch this. That's how violent it is inside a pro arena truck.
Well, he took a beating earlier this year also when we were watching him race up in Minneapolis and on that truck.
That's like coming off the top rope, Dream.
Well, I'm telling you, and it's a long way down. Any athlete knows when you take something like that, you got to really take a pounding. He got off quick here now.
Mike Newson, a Wild Willys, a 51 Willys. I like the wing on top.
Got around real smooth now, Professor.
They say this truck is one of the quicker trucks in this part of the United States, and he's always someone to contend with. Let's see how he gets around a course tonight.
I think it's all in the wing.
Well, it's four-wheel drive, and he's pulling the front end of it. I think that's what it is.
Look at that front tire. Did you see that?
Wow.
That right front was about to buckle over.
Yeah.
Look at this. They cut a new quick time.
You know, even with the loss down here, when he went wide, he come in with a new quick time. Is he the leader right now as we go into this
He is it, Drew. He is it.
Man, what a run.
27.81. I'd say he's a big leader.
Mike Newson, the Wild Willys. Boy, they are top here in the Northwest, aren't they? This truck out of Oregon City, Oregon really looked good.
Look how far he comes this way before he makes that turn. Then he's sideways, and he has to kick the truck back around. I think when you see this gentleman come back on the second time, you're going to see somebody that really, really lays down one of those great times. He's happy about it.
Little fluid coming out of the bottom of the Wild Willys, but he looked good. Now, I'll tell you what, we are taking this trip and this gang all over the country. We're going to be coming to a city near you. Here's a schedule of upcoming dates. Welcome back to Tacoma, Washington, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for our USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge, and we're working our way through the first round of Pro Arena Trucks. Hi, everybody. Ralph Shaheen, along with Professor Mike Galloway, and, of course, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Dave Burns working for us down on the arena floor. Now, scant minutes ago, we received a photograph about Katie Haas, so a lot of information starting to come in here, Dream. Look at this.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know there. That could be anybody. I mean,
it could be one of 1,000 people.
Well,
that's disturbing, I tell you.
I don't know. We've been getting a lot of calls about Katie and her whereabouts, but that's the first photo we've seen. I don't know.
Well, I want to tell you what, I don't want to speculate about it, but it didn't really, I don't know if it looked like her. You know, split seconds you look at everything, but let me tell you something, guys, and the world out there watching this thing as we look at it again, it's very hard to comprehend what's going on here, and the longer that it goes on, I mean, it becomes a very volatile situation, and it's like an enigma and a riddle, and speculate on it it's just not going to work. Somebody knows more than they know. They need to come forward and get this thing on with. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yep. Well, if you know anything, please give us a call and let us know, and we'll just keep you updated as much information as we can get, as quickly as we can get it to you. We'll be back for more from Tacoma after this. Well, John Horvath is going to be the next truck to tackle the Tacoma Dome floor. There he is, the Lawn Ranger out of Santa Rosa, California.
Two-wheel drive, and this truck runs pretty good out of the West Coast, and let's just see how he gets around the course tonight. If he can just kick the back end of it back around, line up good for the jump. Now, coming off this hill, you build a lot of speed. Whether you want to or not, you're going to have speed, and that is a lot of problems going into these triples over on the other side.
Boy, that seems really where everybody loses so much time over there.
Well,
These Rangers all seem to do well here, Mike. They all seem to get around pretty good.
This is a low-end torque course, and these little Rangers will really put out a lot of low-end horsepower.
And at 3120, he's definitely coming back. He's in the top 5.
And we're looking for 15, so we got a wide breadth right there. Berth. Did I say breadth?
Yeah, well, Berth,
same thing. Yeah,
well,
that's what we got, but that's where you want to be.
Together we don't equal your size, so you can say birth, breath, whatever you want.
No, it's just a road, isn't it?
Anything he wants to.
Anything.
Ah, here we go.
Mark Pemberton, Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Ralph,
Toyota pickup, 1988.
This truck's quick. It's got a good setback on the motor. You can set it back just a little bit. The front end is just about even with the end of the crankshaft of the front tires. And it's got a good setback, good weight transfer on it. Watch for this guy to run fast. But he did have some problems going up that hill.
Yeah, he was a little late getting up that hill. Nice jump right there. Whoa! Watch out! Ripping up the wall over there. Oh, man.
Tearing up the dome floor and our race course.
Man, that's madness. That's madness. That's madness.
Got in trouble and thought he could save it, never backed out of it, and didn't save it.
No. No, he didn't.
Looks good right in this position, but that kicks him out over to this side, and he never lifts. Takes out this bar, then the back of it breaks loose, and there goes all of the railings down the side of it, and that's all of it for the truck tonight.
Well, look, Mike, he has the wheels cocked to the left here. He knows he's in trouble. See those front wheels? They're turned left, but the truck just keeps going right.
Yeah, we're too far over to the right, guys. Almost lost it completely right there. Put it up on its end.
Well, Dave Burns, how bad is things torn up down there?
Well, Mark Pemberton's going to get a good look at it. The good thing for Mark is that Ground Effects is the body shop that he owns. It's actually automotive repair. So back in Klamath Falls, Mark Pemberton's going to give himself some business this weekend.
And the racetrack should go back together pretty quickly too. That's just some fencing down there in hay bales. That won't take them too long to get it fixed.
Well, quick truck that didn't make the finish line, and we've had that happen before.
David King is going to be the next competitor. This is a 66 Ford Bronco with a 302 in it.
Big horsepower truck, lightweight.
Well, the Broncos with the Hopkins brothers at the controls tend to run pretty good, so let's see what the Northwest Broncos can do.
You know, these Broncos are set up completely different than the ones we see out on the other side of the country. These are high trucks, big tires, and we usually see low trucks, little tires, but he's getting around this race course very, very well right now. Probably as good as anyone.
Oh, man, right up on his end, and he knocked the ball down, and he's still going. He's still going. I can't believe this. This is madness. Watch out. Everybody move.
Oh,
man.
And look at the time.
They love it.
Oh, man. Somebody bring me my medicine. Oh, goodness.
You know, they talk about hang time with punting in the NFL, and he just hung it up there.
I thought it was going to have to get somebody to push him over.
I didn't think it was going to come back down.
Here
Watch
you go, guys.
this.
Watch him come over, and when he does, the back end comes up, and now it's nose down, and we just stand there for a moment. But it had enough wherefore throwing. When he landed, he mashed the motor and went to the finish line. Watch him again. Right up on his nose and lets it stand. Never lets off the throttle.
And then headed it home.
Went to the finish line with a great time.
Wow.
What a great run. And the reaction at the finish line?
Oh, yeah. You the man. Ah, yeah.
Does he do an encore?
Oh, what a great run, Dave. What do you think?
Well, you know, if you're sitting down here and you happen to be the related to Mr. King down here, this is Penny Curtis. Her husband's about to go out there. This is Shelby Curtis, and that's Larry Curtis's daughter. Now, Shelby, you drive these things. You just saw your uncle out there doing that. You still want to drive?
Yeah.
What they do is they get out here in these family days, and Shelby has actually driven her father Larry's truck out there before. She's going to watch him make the next run out here. You going to cheer for him big time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's still a little nervous after that last run, guys.
Well, she's not real talkative, but I bet you she's pretty quick for a 12-year-old.
I guess. Watch this truck, Ralph. He's ultra fast.
She's got a pretty cool dad, too, to let her drive this thing.
I should say so. They got real tight on that course. They had to slow down a lot. Got the trucks kind of up in the air and then backed out of it a little bit. There's some air. Clouded in the ground, but he's still going and going well.
Here you go now, guys. Take a look here. Whoa, baby.
Well, he's there.
Yeah, he's there.
He's going to make 15. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is he in the hunt with a 28-19. And you know what, Mike? If he sped up a little bit in that first section, he was really kind of hesitant through there. If he would speed up a little bit through there when he comes back in the second round, he can make up another second or so and really get in the challenge here.
Well, but do believe that he ran the course well, but I also think that there's, as you mentioned, Ralph, there's several places that he could cut some seconds off of it.
Well, that was our last truck, so the field of 15 is set, and I guarantee you, this one will be remembered. Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. We've come here for USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge, our third one of the 1998 T&N Motorsports Madness schedule. Along with Mike Galloway and Dusty Rhodes, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Now, earlier we were talking about the disappearance of Katie Haas and how Neil Cargill, the private investigator that has been hired to find her, now we're hearing he has located the man that sent us a picture, gentlemen, and his name, I'm told, is Norman Gum. Now, do I understand correctly, we've got Norman Gum on the line?
Ralph?
Yeah, Mr. Gum.
Yes. Hi, I'm a major fan of the show, you know. Every Friday I watch Motor Madness. Anyway, last Tuesday I was cruising around trying out my new camera. It's one of those new disposable kinds. And I wound up down at the Dairy Freeze here in Houston. Well, when I filled up the roll, I took it down to one of those one-hour deals to get it developed. And when the film came back, there was Katie, big as life and twice as natural.
You know, hey, what's your, is this Gum? What's your name?
Norman Gum.
Norman Gum. I know you're a fan, but let me tell you something. Look at this photo. I really don't see so much of Katie Haas in there. Let me ask you a question. What is she doing in Houston, Texas? That's what I want to know.
Well, it beats me. Maybe she came down for some of our Texas-style barbecue.
Well, that's good. I know that. But anyway.
Anyway,
you know,
I was just kind of standing near Katie when she was finishing her fries, and I wasn't sure it was her, you know, so I moved a little closer to take the picture, and I snapped it just before she took her last bite and left.
Mr. Gum, we've seen this photo. Would it be possible for you to fax us one of yourself as well?
Sure, that's no problem. I'll send it out right now.
I think anything
is
going to help.
Yeah, and anybody else you've seen talking with Katie Haas, go ahead and fax that in. Can you see what I'm saying to you there, Mr. Gum?
What now? I didn't see anyone talking with her at all.
Okay. Well, that helps. Now, apparently we okay, this is a fax we received from Mr. Gum. Apparently That there is Norman Gum, who has taken the last picture we've seen, supposedly, of Katie Haas.
If it is Katie.
Yeah, speculation, you know, running rampant around us. When we talked about in Winston-Salem the madness coming, in studio no longer being in Charlotte, North Carolina, and all of us being out here in Pelican, if you will, bringing the madness to the people, and Katie Haas missing now, should be sitting in a chair next to me, understanding that. Bottom line is, we need to find what happened to Katie Haas.
All right, well, this story continues here on TNN Motorsports, the disappearance of Katie Haas, and we'll continue to cover it for you. Stay with us here. We'll be back to the Tacoma Dome for more of our Pro Arena trucks and monster trucks and more information on this continuing story with Katie Haas. Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome, a sold-out building here just south of Seattle, Washington, as we're into our third round of Pro Arena trucks and monster trucks in the 1998 Motor Madness TV schedule. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tacoma. Ralph Shaheen, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and the Professor of Truckology, Mike Galloway, with you. We're about halfway through the show, so let's recap some of this racing action. We've had some pretty wild stuff tonight with that.
Absolutely madness, as Dusty would say. It's madness. Well, we had great racing. The course is tight. It's a driver's course, the most challenging thing we've had. We've stood them on their end. We've slid them off the mountain. We've had everything, Ralph.
Well, the other thing we've had everything in, Dusty, is in the Katie Haas situation.
Yeah, you know, we get this guy, you know, Gum, sending in photos and saying this is Katie Haas in Houston, Texas, you know, and taking another look at it, man. I mean, you know, you really got to take a hard look, knowing that now maybe in Houston, if she is there, then there's got to be somebody taking care of her. But I don't really trust this Gum character, and I want to hear more about it. But let me say one thing about this thing. See Gum here? Now, is that a trusted face there? Professor, tell me about that now. Nobody knows any more about trucks than you do in this racing. But I'm telling you what,
that's plastic hair.
That's something rotten right there, brother.
That's plastic hair.
Plastic hair?
Yeah.
Well, I hope we find out a little bit more, Ralph, about that situation with Katie Haas, because all the world wants to know what's going on. They want to know what she's doing in Houston. I want to know what she's doing in Houston. You know, and I want her back here as soon as she can get here. I got to get a chair for her. I'm asking for it again and again. Bottom line, changes are being done here on Motor Madness. New logos. We're going with new graphics. Everything. It's going uphill, and we need Katie Haas back here with us. And guys, I'm going to tell you what. Let me just say this for me. I've been in a lot of athletic events, but when you two guys being knowledgeable as you are, especially you, Professor, I guarantee you know what's going on, baby. And the bottom line that we got to remember, we're going to hear more about Katie Haas, but the madness is here in this arena right here, and the Firestone truck is still in it like I said it was. Is that right or wrong now?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
No doubt about that, Dream. And let's show you the brackets so we can show you where the Firestone Wilderness is. Here they are as we work our way through the ladder. Bigfoot versus Dragon Slayer now, and Blue Max will go up against Firestone Wilderness.
You got to think, Ralph, that the Fords may be favored in both of those races. They've got quite a bit more experience in the indoor racing of the facilities like we're running here tonight. You got to look for maybe a Bigfoot and a wilderness shootout at the finish, and boy, no one would love that any more than Dusty.
That's right, and we've got the onboard camera with Bigfoot, who's going up against Dragon Slayer here in the first pairing.
Have you ever driven one of these, Ralph?
No, I haven't.
They are a hoot.
I tell you what, guys, I keep looking for Pamela. I know she loves this. I know she's got to be somewhere here in the building. I guarantee you. What an addition to Motor Madness. Yeah, you're talking to big-time players in athletic sporting contests. When you talk about Bigfoot, you talk about a big player. You talk about a major player in a major game. And this is what it is all about right here in this sold-out arena. Right here on Motor Madness.
Put about a half a truck out in the lead.
Good start for both trucks.
Dragon Slayer right on top of him. Maybe a little lead on the Dragon Slayer's part. Foot will make that up right now. No, he's behind. Bigfoot is behind at this point. He really needs to stand on that blown Ford in a hurry.
Now, Mike. He is moving. Here he comes.
Here he comes. Come on, Foot.
Bigfoot's going to the final.
Whoa, watch out down there. Somebody move. Oh.
Slayer almost off into our camera down there.
That was a nice run, guys. I tell you, man, you could feel it in here.
Now, you want to go on board?
Yes.
Climb Bigfoot over these mountains, Dreams? That sound good to you? Here we go. Go for a ride.
Look at this suspension work and how smooth it is. Now, he's on the brakes, off the brakes, just burping the throttle a little bit. Up over the ramp. Watch him wide open. Drops it out. Beautiful job. He is really working the truck for everything it's worth. He's doing a great job of it. Hold on, we're going up. That's great.
Fantastic coverage. Our TNN cameras love the suspension. All right, Dream, here you go.
Yeah, I'm telling you, all shiny and new. I tell you what, Professor, you know, we walked around before the event tonight, and you really laid some knowledge on me like I haven't heard. I mean, I've been on football broadcast and wrestling broadcast and doing all kind of things. But let me tell you what, fans, Ralph and the Professor knows what's going on here. Now, I'm just a fan here, rooting. Can I root for one or the other? That
pick your favorite.
Well, I'm going to say get him Basto, because I want to see him go up against the Foot players, major players in this contest.
Blue Max up against this truck, the Firestone Wilderness. There's the Blue Max to your right. Semifinals of the obstacle course. Winner meets Bigfoot in the final.
Oh, I think Dusty would love the bulldozer, don't you, Ralph?
Oh, that's my truck.
Oh,
that's
I know.
my truck.
Yeah, I could get it around here, maybe.
Firestone out with about another half truck lead. He's over the first hill in good style. Goes to the left, though. He's in trouble.
Oh, man.
Running around. You got to hurry. Still comes out in the lead.
Yeah, he made it up right there. What a nice move.
Blue Max.
Oh, no.
Firestone's in trouble.
I can't believe this. He's got to go. He better hurry. It's going to be down to the finish line.
Get up and over, baby. Madness. Madness.
Wilderness.
Well, Wilderness and the Madness. Whoa. Yeah.
Firestone Wilderness in the middle of all of that with the best save of the season. Just about the time he should have been out of it.
He's off to the side right there when he came off. The truck way out of shape. Now he has to come back around and line up for the cars. He does get on course, but watch what happens right here. This is where the guy gets in trouble. I don't know. The truck is sideways. It just loses all the power. I don't know whether it jumped out of gear or what. Rolls back down. Now he's in trouble. Look at the horsepower he's going to bring to the finish line. Big time move.
Oh boy, what a matchup we got for the final here, the obstacle course. Bigfoot up against the Firestone Wilderness.
You want to know what's going on in the monster truck world? We'll take a look at that number, and you know, it's $1.95 for the first minute, 99 cents for the second minute, and minutes thereafter. Find out all the things about monster truck, pro arena trucks, the standings, whatever you want to know. They got it all right there.
That's your ticket to all the information on this sport. And Dave Burns has got a lot of information for us as well.
Well, Ralph, I wanted to ask Dale Wilson, who was one of the fastest losers in the Virginia Giant early on, what he learned from his run. Because remember, he hit a stake, but Dale, you had a great run going. What did you learn that Eric might use in the final here?
Well, what you're going to have to do there, everybody's misjudging the big hills. And what happened is, on the last turn, it's a lot sharper drop-off than it was last night. So therefore, I overshot the turn. When I hit the brakes, the truck turned sideways. So the best thing to do is not be so aggressive and just be smooth.
Go slow to go fast. Where have we heard that before, guys?
Lots of venues in motorsports.
Big game right here. This is it.
You still like Wilderness?
Oh, yeah, oh, you know it. I like Foot, too. I like Foot. You know, you got two little features sometimes, and you got to really put them on the metal and make it work for you. Oh, I guarantee you, this is madness going on here.
Both these drivers will be standing on one pedal and one pedal only. That big right one, the gas pedal. Here we go, Foot and Wilderness.
Anybody's race. There's no favorite right here. All the favoritism's over with. Run what you run. Can't tell at this point. Watch him over the first jump. They're still even. Maybe Bigfoot just a little bit. Wilderness getting around the course as well. Both of them in trouble. Bigfoot maybe. Is he
there goes the pole.
Here he comes. Come on, Snow. Put your foot in it. Put your foot in it. Oh, man.
I think that's going to go to Wilderness because of the pole, huh, Mike? Firestone Wilderness gets the win, Dream.
Oh,
nice
man.
call.
I'm going to tell you what, Will, not so much a call, but, hey, you know what, Professor, I tell you, bottom line is watching him on both races. I'm talking about Firestone. He really got out of whack wide on 2 different occasions.
But he was smart enough to be able to control the truck. What we've got here is madness in the wilderness.
Hey, I like it.
Firestone Wilderness takes advantage of the mistakes of his teammates.
Saves it at the finish line.
Get old Pamela down there to talk to him. Where is she?
Well, the monster trucks are far from done on this night. We've got to bring them back for our side-by-side drag racing with the monster trucks. That's still to come. This packed house in Tacoma, loving the action that USA Motorsports brings you with TNN's Motor Madness. We're coming back for more. Welcome back to Tacoma, Washington. We are here for USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge. Hi, everybody. We're back and getting our way through this night of racing here in Tacoma. It's been a pretty strange night, Dream.
Yes, it has, and I guarantee you, I mean, it lights up the heart of the racing enthusiast and the working man to see these guys come out and compete. And don't ever think for 1 second that these guys aren't great athletes, and that's what madness is all about, bringing you all this mess here and all that mess out there, and it's gonna be great. I guarantee you when we get Katie back, you know.
Dream,
what?
Let me interrupt you for a second. I'm getting another message here. I'm being told, Dream, we've got Katie Haas on the line.
You kid, Katie Haas. Katie.
Katie?
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear.
Hello?
Katie.
Hey. Hello?
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
Anybody there?
Katie, this is Ralph Shaheen. Can you hear me?
Ralph. Ralph, is that you?
Yes, Katie. Where are you?
Hey. How's everybody?
Katie, where are you?
Hey, how's everything in Tacoma? Is Dusty there? Is my sweetheart there?
Oh, yeah. Hey, let me tell you, we're right as rain here, darling. I guarantee you. It is so great to hear your voice. We need you back here with us. Oh, yeah, indeed, indeed. This is great, man. I'm telling you, you sound good, hon.
Oh, them folks in Tacoma better be treating you right.
Oh, you know they are.
Katie, where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm safe and sound, Ralph.
Well, where are you, Katie? We've got a private investigator out looking for you.
Yes.
Where are you? We want him to find you.
Yeah, and Katie, listen to this now. This is exciting. We got some of the greatest criminal minds in the country, United States of America, are looking for you.
Wait
the working woman, the mother, and the racing enthusiast. You know, you need to come back here where you belong on Madness. What, honey?
Did you say detectives?
Yeah, I did.
No need for any detectives. I'm fine.
But where, Katie? Where are you, Katie?
Yeah. Who is? Katie,
Look,
Katie, what city are you in?
I thought I told you I was in Houston.
Yeah, well, what are you doing in Houston, Katie? Katie, Katie.
Well, we need to tell the detective to go to Houston.
Yeah.
There's no need to have any detectives, okay? There's nothing the matter here. I'm fine.
We need to have someone see her.
Hey, Katie, let me ask you a question. You know, there's something going on here. Let me tell you something, Katie. Let me ask you a question. Are my eyes blue or green? Now, you know that. Katie, are my eyes blue or green? Katie!
I don't think that's Katie. That's not Katie.
Katie!
No, well, no, they're gone.
It's all of that deal. I don't think so. I think you may be Ralph. You may be right. That may not be her at all.
Well, folks, just going to have to hang in there with us. You're hearing what we're hearing, and you know as much as we do. That supposedly was Katie Haas from Houston. We're going to need to contact our detective right away to go to Houston. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Motor Madness.
What do you think?
In and around Tacoma, Washington, you'll find some of the biggest mountains you'll see anywhere, such as Mount Rainier or Mount St. Helens. Well, here we've got some big monster trucks ready to go drag racing, and here's a look at the brackets. Bigfoot and Wild Thing, Giant and Firestone Wilderness, that's for you, Dream. Executioner and Blue Max, Dragon Slayer and Dan Patrick Sampson. That's going to be the matchup in round one
of our side-by-side drag race. Well, you know, one of the things that's also really unique up here is this really dark brown dirt, Dave.
You know, Ralph, I kind of miss Pamela and her punch, so I figured we'd have a segment called Dave's Dirt or something like that. But this dirt is actually a lot tackier than a lot of us thought it would be. It's real fine, but they play hockey here. The Tacoma Sabercats are here on a regular basis, and there's ice under here right now. And Dan Patrick and the Sampson swears that moisture has been coming up through this dirt ever since they put it down 3 days ago. It's really tacky down here, so they're going to get a great grip off the starting line.
That's really interesting, Dave. And the other thing about this dirt, Mike, is it's very, very clean.
It's sterile.
It's
now, now explain, yeah.
Yeah, it's sterile dirt. You could eat that dirt. It's that clean.
Yeah,
well, you could eat dirt. What do you mean by that?
This dirt, there's a lot of rain up here, a little snow.
Yeah.
It was all wet, and this was contaminated dirt just a few weeks ago.
I'll be darned.
They took it into a blacktop, and they heated it in the drum to 750 degrees.
Wow.
Which sterilized all the dirt, and they hauled the dirt in the back of the truck. Steam was coming off of it. It was still that hot when they laid it down out here.
Yeah, we've heard of rodeo dirt, racing dirt, and now
sterile dirt.
I tell you what, guys, this is my kind of race right here. Who's the quickest off the line?
Bigfoot on your left, Wild Thing on your right. I got to go with Foot, I think, boys.
Wow. What a jump, Professor Mike. What a jump.
Well, I don't think he left first. I think he got there first.
Yeah, and I don't think I went too far out on a limb by taking that guess either. Watch Foot.
Oh, yes.
That's just the difference between that new style truck and the old style truck, Mike.
Yes. Mash the motor. There's not a lot of foot action. Look out. We're going for the biggest ride of a lifetime.
That's the difference between the Leaf Springs and Wild Thing. He's not going to get as good of a launch to get over the cars at a lower altitude to get to the winning line first.
Will not transfer the weight as well with the Leaf Springs truck as it does the shocks truck, gas shock truck.
Professor Mike, answer me this question. You being a lulologist of great esteem and extermination, which I really feel is right. That's a roadism. That means he's the man out here.
Okay.
Will the lane make a difference after watching what's been going on tonight?
No.
Any at all? Because you know what? That dirt is refined. You know what I mean? It's all the same. It's fine. I learned that. See there?
Sterile dirt.
Oh, look who I got here. Look who we got.
We've got the Virginia Giant moving into place to match up against Dream's favorite, the Firestone Wilderness. That big, beautiful red truck on the left side of your screen. There he is.
Two big, bad, blown Fords.
The chassis in these trucks are the same, too, aren't they? Doesn't Dan Patrick build, I know he built the chassis in Giant right there. Didn't he do Wilderness as well?
He has built a lot of the Bigfoot trucks, maybe not this particular one, but the designs are so similar that the rear suspension is a little different on the Virginia Giant than it is on the Wilderness truck.
Yeah, and I tell you what, guys, too, you know, when you're a layman like my mama watching at home right now, and where I grew up, this looked like when you were having like a fat man race, the way they lined up as big as they are. This is like an old Texas fat boy race right here. Line up and gonna run 50 yards and then pass out. That's madness. Oh, Firestone's my man, waved at me. Same to you. Tell you what, hello. Oh, yeah.
Boy, Dream, I think
I see old Foot in the end. I see old Foot.
Well, Firestone Wilderness wins again.
Write it down. Professor Mike, you told me. See, he done gave me all these clues before. Can I do this? Can I do this?
Yeah,
Can I do this? Okay. Firestone jumps out, gets up all them dead cars, and wins this thing.
Firestone Wilderness
and
really
that's
dominated this one.
Oh, look at this from the front. Crank it up. A lot of air there. Yeah, man. I like it. Okay, thank you, guys. That's my one slow-mo for the night because my man was in it.
Well, he's going to go up against Bigfoot in the semis, Dave.
You know he is.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. And one of the concerns they had here, Ralph, and they're very concerned about their steering, is that far end dumpster area where they took the jumps in the obstacle course. That's still sitting out there. And if they get off kilter toward the inside in any way, they're going to run into that. So they're watching their steering very carefully, even though this is a big, wide open dome.
And, Mike, that has a lot to do with how you launch off of those cars, because once you're in midair, ain't nothing you can do about it but ride it out.
The steering wheel doesn't do a lot of good at 50 feet in the air. I mean, you just got to hope that when you land, you can stop the truck. And the brakes on these trucks are on the drive line, so they actually shut all 4 tires, the drive shaft, and the transfer case down at one time.
So you've got to be lined up properly, which is why Executioner is taking his time here. If you're not lined up when you launch, you're in big trouble when you land.
Yeah, like he said, 50 feet in the air, there's one thing you can do, and that's reach down and grab a hold of that big old hind end, sit on that seat, and hold over dear life, boys, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of air there. These are heavy trucks.
11,000 pounds.
11,000 pounds.
You ever wrestled anybody that weighed 11,000 pounds?
No. No, I have not, and I would not want to see that man alive today.
Executioner, that's 11,000 pounds.
Wow.
And in the other lane, another 11,000 pounder. Blue Max.
It's going to be a good race. It's going to be a real good race. 2 blown Chevrolets. Both of them sit in the back. Both of them are going to be quick.
Not a problem for the Executioner. And a lot of stuff spewing out of the back of the Blue Max.
Just a little heat built in the motor and some excess water coming out the back.
Here it is again. Let's watch this one.
The launch is hard, but check this out. He's on his way. He keeps the truck low to the ground, but the lead was good on it. Watch him when he shuts this truck down. Brings it to a sliding halt right on the finish line area.
Dave Burns?
Hey, guys, recall that in the obstacle course, Mark Hall and the Executioner got hung up, and they could not get him started again. Well, the problem they had is the rear steering actually shorted out part of the electrical system. They replaced one of the 2 batteries on the rear end of the Executioner, and everything was fine. And by judging from that, I'd say so.
Looked pretty strong. He sure did. There is Dan Patrick in that beautiful new paint scheme on the Samson truck.
DP.
And in the other lane is Dragon Slayer with another fantastic paint scheme that we're seeing for the first time here in 1998. We've seen this truck before, but not this paint scheme.
Well, it's got
sure is pretty.
Beautiful graphics on it.
You know what, Ralph, too, in the other event, he was real quick and smooth. Can he get off the line quick here and get across these dead cars laying out here in front of us?
Dan Patrick's a great drag racer. Watch Sampson.
Oh, man. Whoa!
And Sampson's the winner. Told you, Dream. Good
I'm going to
drag
tell you
racer.
what. How'd you see that thing now? Professor Mike, that was close. He got him at the end, maybe, huh?
Well, Sampson's big blown Hemi really leaves hard on the other side. Not much tire spin on it, but he just gets enough air off the end of it. He only wins by maybe a knuckle.
No, you stole my line. I was all set to use that one.
That's good.
I can't believe you beat me with that.
There you go,
one.
Professor Mike.
Oh, you know, the scary thing is, Dream, when you start thinking like the professor, now you're in big trouble. I don't mind thinking like you know, coming up with dreamisms and
oh yeah,
all
you can do that. But
now,
now,
start thinking like Galloway, I'm done.
Yeah, when Professor Mike is on the line and them guys are down there trying to get over to the pay window, he knows what's going on. And me and you are kind of getting into it, and we're excited about it. And you being so smooth and silver tongue, and I'm just excited. But Professor Mike then comes in with him gigs in the end.
Oh, yeah. Well, how about you and I, folks, you folks at home, we'll think alike. Here's some upcoming USA dates. We're back to the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, just south of Seattle on I-5 is where we have come for USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge. And it's been a wild and crazy night, and the one thing that can do is upset your stomach a little bit there, Professor.
Boy,
to do that, take a look at our Maylocks moment of the night. This is some wild stuff. Executioner kicked it all off when he got hung up.
I mean, right on the side, almost rolled over. Now watch this. Talk about wild, Ralph. Ooh, did that hurt?
Here's a ride for you, Dream.
Yeah, I tell you what, all these guys came here with good intentions and are leaving with bad intentions left on their stomach, as you said.
I like this.
Yeah,
I like
that's good. Look at that.
And then it stalled on him.
Yeah, take a licking and didn't keep on ticking.
This Bronc, watch this guy's head.
Yeah, this is the key here.
This is the Bob doll.
Yeah.
And he said, it didn't hurt.
I think the key to this guy's speed was definitely the wing.
No doubt, Ralph. I mean, you would think that, but we're gonna let you think that also.
All right, take a look here, guys. Here's
Hold
another
on. Take it out.
Little wild. Watch out.
Let the cows out.
Now, the best one of the night,
yeah,
by far.
Hello and kiss the ground.
That wild ride. Woo. Right there. Now, we're going to come back with some more wild stuff for you, including rollover contest stuff. Watch this. This lady from Canada did this just moments ago.
I can get you a ride in that, Ralph.
Oh! She did that on purpose, folks, to win $250. I don't think the car's worth that.
I'll pass.
We're ready to go with the Fast 15 of Pro Arena Trucks. If you're just joining us, we started off with 25 of these guys. Took the fastest of the 25, took 15 of them as a matter of fact, bring them back out. We start them off once again, and we get the fastest time out of this 15 will be our winner. This is Bud Thomas in a Ford Bronco.
Bud needs to get on it pretty hard. 34.06 was his first time. A decent time, but not a winner by far.
That big mountain kills him both times.
Yeah, he needs the four-wheel drive, and it's not on the truck tonight. He's just pulling off two-wheel drive.
Here it comes, though. He got off over there good, see? Trying to wind it towards home right now, guys. Whoa!
Way out of shape.
Yeah.
Way out in the pasture.
Well,
he got a lot quicker.
Yeah, a little bit smoother than it was before.
It's a little squirrely right in here. Look at him sliding that rear end around.
Yeah, he's on the brakes trying to bring it around, trying to slow it down. He wants a tighter turn on it. Just didn't happen for the little glass. Got his weld racing wheels across the roll bar. I like that.
Contingency sponsors.
Yeah.
The Pro Arena Truck Racing. Daryl Crowder set to go.
Boy, if horsepower can do it with lightweight, this little V8 Chevrolet and the Jeep should do it. He really took his time going over those whoops. Now he's going to try to make up some of that special time in this portion of the course, but he is all over the course as we're seeing.
He really sits low. Oh, my, what a ride.
He's still going, though. He's got it cranked up right here.
That's got to hurt.
You can't let off at this point. Now he's got to bring it around. There you go. Pull it around. Then he had a great run going until he got to the whoops on the other side. And as Dusty's mentioned, this has been so radical over on the far side.
Watch this ride out of Ridgefield, Washington, Daryl Crowder.
Oh, man.
He was completely out of the cockpit of the Jeep, wasn't he?
Oh, I tell you what,
Didn't it look like he was only hanging out the side?
Let's take a real good look this time around, Ralph.
Watch his body, guys,
Watch his body right here.
Yeah, look at that.
His head was outside, it looked like.
I didn't know your spine moved that much.
Well, you know, and he had full safety belts on, and let's listen to this. Well, Dave, he's got to be sore.
I'm going to ask him right now. Daryl, first of all, you all right?
I'm fine.
Now, Daryl, how many years you been doing this?
Doing about 10 years.
And what did you tell me you did for good luck this time?
Well, I just went out there and tried to take it as easy as I could, but I'm under pressure.
What about the new paint, Daryl?
Well, it took the abuse.
It's the first time he's painted it in 10 years, guys, and I asked him about the hard hits he was taking earlier, and obviously the hard hits there, and he said, hey, I operate heavy equipment. I get it every day.
Well, you can see he had the full safety belts on there. See that? He's got a 5-point harness on there, but that'll also give you an indication of just how far your body can move on a heavy impact. You know, we see it all the time in Winston Cup racing and so forth. The guys are belted in tight, but you hit that wall, and your body can really move inside those belts.
Yeah,
Watch this.
Look at this. And he's a big, you know what, guys?
He hit bars.
Yeah, he's a big guy. You know, real big guy.
No matter how tight you think you've got your belts, cinch them down a little bit tighter. Hard Rogerson out of Clovis, California.
This lady had a good pass earlier. It's in the 38 zone. They worked this truck out real well. I love this antenna. It will go all over the place. Uh-oh, she's in trouble. Needed to stand on it a little bit harder. They kept the far side of that off. No one can see what's happening on the other side when they land, Ralph.
Yep. She's giving it a run, though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's going to go ahead and turn this thing towards home. Come on, girl. Let's go now. Come on, girl.
She needs to really cut tight in this corner. She did a good job of that. Truck laid down just a little bit coming out of that corner. Doesn't make her first time, though.
No.
But you know what? Yeah, but Ralph, you know what? We talk about it, and you sit at home talk about the safety aspects of all these drivers in there, big guys, little guys, and the ladies, if you will, and the women. And it just shows right there, come out and compete. And that's what makes madness what it is, this great sport of motorsports, what it is.
Chris Pace in that Ford Ranger, he came out and set the pace early on, didn't he?
32-1. First time out of the chute. Let's see how he does this time around. Just kind of skipping a stone, like a stone skipping across the water. Dusty knows about that.
Yeah.
Now it just
Well, you know, when the stone stops skipping across the water,
it sinks.
Exactly. Exactly.
He sunk.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a little too easy there.
32-1 will take him into the second round. You know, he gets to keep that time. That time doesn't leave. Yes.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. The best of 2 times. So he could stand on that time. He won't win it.
But it might get him into to the pay window.
Yeah, it might get him down, headed towards the pay window.
Yeah, I'm picking up on the
madness. The pay window. Well, we all know where the pay window is. Sometime it come in the mail on Tuesday. Sometime you got to go pick it up.
Rob Mello looking to pick up some money at the pay window.
Short truck here, any guys?
He lives in a different house. I don't get any checks mailed to me on Tuesday.
You don't?
No.
The IRS don't send you nothing on Tuesday.
Oh, that's the
yeah, but it's no check.
Galloway steals
they
the
check
check
it on
before
you.
he sees them.
Thank you. Mrs. Galloway does that, you know. Rob Mello on the line. This gentleman, he's put a lot of miles on this Bronco just in arenas. Ooh, that was good.
Yeah.
But see, he kicks the front end up. If he had 4-wheel drive, it would scoot out from under and settle that rear end down. Mello still looks good. He comes down hard off that. Everyone's coming off that with a lot of speed, and they don't want to. Mello's in a little bit of trouble. He landed with the tires cut to the left.
And cut the motor. Now he's got it fired.
Fired it back up.
Trying to finish his run. That's what he's trying to do.
Still looking pretty good. But he's out of shape. Let's see how he handles this finish line. Going for broke.
You know what, Mike? That's really going to bother him, too, because Rob is one of those guys that comes and runs at all the different USA Motorsports events. And Dream, he was really looking to pick up some points here tonight, and this is going to hurt him in doing that.
Yeah, we talked about picking up points when you can, but right here, you know, Professor Mike, this guy is a competitor, wants to win. He's got a great time his first time, but I really agree with Ralph. He's not going to be satisfied with this.
Well, he's going to stand on a 31.85.
Well, this guy here had a pretty wild ride the last time we were here. Let's see if he'll have one as wild as this one. Oh! We're back, and we're in the middle of our Fast 15 for the Pro Arena trucks. And here's a look at the top 10 as they stand with half the field yet to go. Mike Noose, he still hasn't come back for his second run yet. Larry Curtis just about a half a second off of his pace, right behind him, giving chase. Peplow, Woodruff, and Crowder still giving him a shot, too. Now, some of these guys have already run. Most of them have not. Rob Mello is locked in 10th, but will he stay there?
Boy, it's really right now, you know, he's at the mercy of everyone else that's going to go to the starting line.
Let's check in with our leader. He's with Dave Burns.
Yeah, and he's kind of a fan of this sort of thing, and he knows the professor of truckology, Mike Galloway. Now I want you to impress the professor. Tell us a little bit about the originality of this Willys.
It's mostly all original. I've got a really good running 6-cylinder in here. My sponsor, Rick Cylinder Head Service, built me an excellent racing head that keeps it running strong. I'm running the original T93 speed, Dana 18 transfer case, and the original Dana 25 front end.
That V6 he talked about, Professor, that's out of a Maverick. That's a straight 6 from a 70 Maverick.
And I'm telling you, the speed is in the wing.
Right,
well,
Ralph.
Yeah, that's right. Right, Ralph.
But it looks good, doesn't it, Dream, with that
Yeah, the
little
wing
on
looks
there?
good.
See, I'm all into effect.
Yeah, well, it's a good-looking wing. It's a good-looking wing.
Scott Mahatma here.
What did Scott have that first time around?
He's not getting much of it right now. He was flopping all around in there. Remember, this was our bobblehead
Oh,
dog.
yeah, here you go. Yeah. We see if he does it again. Opportunity to go knock on his door.
Oh, he's knocking him out of the racetrack.
No. Yeah.
Scott's not having a good night.
No.
A lot of good things happen to a lot of people, but it didn't happen to Scott tonight.
Not on that one.
Yeah, he fought it all the way around, both times. Take another look, guys.
Oh, yes.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!
At least he didn't take on the fence.
Yeah.
This time.
But he was ahead for it.
They had the tires cut in his four-wheel drive. When they landed pointed that way, that's where the truck went.
Well, he's smoking now pretty good over there, trying to spin it out.
He's spinning the
and
tire.
He's stuck.
There's no ground underneath it.
Just a cement floor.
There you go.
And not enough for traction.
It's a pretty slick floor, too, because they do play hockey in here. They do a lot of things in this Tacoma dump.
It really is a beautiful building, just absolutely beautiful. Even looks better with all these people on the inside.
This is a pretty unique facility. Look at the ceiling here now. There's a story behind all the wood in here, isn't there, Professor?
When Mount St. Helens erupted, took all the trees down, they lumbered, sent them to the mill, lumber them, and I understand that these beams are made from the wood that came out of Mount St. Helens.
Oh, go on. Is that right?
I'm going to.
Is that going with it?
The roof on the outside will withstand no weight like snow, because when it lands here, it's right on the coast and it all melts and water runs off of it.
Exactly. Wow.
Beautiful building.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Nice.
Yeah,
use of the wood.
great hospitality here, too. I guarantee you. Great. I want to say, man, our camera crews tonight have been right on top of the ball game. Hey, guys, you doing it to it, boys.
Dave Burns, what do you got for us?
Well, Dave King was one of the best runs of the first round, and he was super excited about it when it all came down. Dave, tell us how pumped up you are for round 2.
Hey, we're idling at about 9,000 RPMs, ready to rock and roll.
And he was a little more excited than that, David. I mean, let's look at the front end if we could just for a second here. Craig, follow me backwards here. All I need to say is if we get unhooked, which we now are, is the one word that you'll see on the front here. He was screaming that down here, guys. Yahoo!
Ah, there it is.
There you go.
You know, if that would have been me, I don't think Yahoo would have been what was coming out of my mouth.
I know for a fact that wouldn't be. I like this little thing right here. I really do.
This little thing.
This little thing. Can you believe I said that? Yes.
Is a Ford Bronco.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
With a 69 302 V8 in it.
I can believe he said it.
Yeah, but you told me what it was before, and I should have remembered it. Here he goes. Ooh, almost got stuck.
Boy, he's having some problems, and everyone has problems on that set of whoops on the other side, but he's got the power back in it now.
Oh, he blew the right front. Blew the right front, and he got over the mountain pretty good.
Yeah, see if we can get him
too bad.
And that's where it blew when he came over the mountain.
He had a good run going, too. Real good run right there. Still finished up on the 33, something in that area right there.
33-14.
Yeah.
He'll take his first run.
Show me that tire go, Professor.
Let's watch when it lands right there. Lost it all. And it actually landed when he landed on it and then turned the wheels, and that popped it off the bead. But he's still going for the gas. Don't worry about the wheel. We'll put it back on later.
Yeah, competing. That's the name of the game. Here we go. Now, this is a nice Jeep.
Yes, sir. It's a Willys. 62 Willys CJ3A.
All right, now you need to pick it up.
Steering wheel drifting. Mighty Mo.
Mighty Mo is doing some good to him.
Yeah, there you go. He can move, Mo.
Whoa, this could be quick time.
He just needs momentum right
now. Yeah, almost it down. Cut it.
This is a good run.
There you go.
Could be the man. He's fighting it.
Oh, just missed it.
Yeah.
Good run. Gary Woodruff out of Vancouver, Washington, moves into second place.
Got the crash dummy riding shotgun. Let's see what happens when he gets into this. Cost him a little bit of time in this portion of the course, but when he comes out of this portion of the course and over the dumpsters, this guy's really got everything going for him. He's going to cut that a little closer, and see, he's way out in here where he shouldn't be.
He had 2 good runs, though, guys.
He sure did.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Look at this.
Be there.
What a partner.
Well, this is a pretty good-looking truck here, too.
This truck's ran well all night.
Yeah, it's just big and beefy. That's what I like about it. Red Wolf is the name of the truck. A 79 Bronco, driven by a lumberjack, Mike Reynolds. He's a logger.
I did the World Championship Timber Festival from Albany, Oregon. Watched these loggers compete one year.
Got a little wide there.
They're athletes.
Yes, they are. Here he comes.
He's just babying this little baby.
Yeah. Well, here's the key point right here. This is where you turn it on. This is where you try to get to the bay window.
Now he's going to swing the truck around. Close.
Oh, come on now. Let's see Mike Reynolds making a run. Oh, he's just going to come up short. 30.79. He got over that first part of the mountain looking pretty good, and then it really slowed down to the bottom.
He looked as good down that far straightaway as anyone we've seen.
That puts him in 5th.
I tell you what, that was an opportunity right there to see, you know, we talk about this too, taking your best times, and you don't want to do that because you want to beat your best time. But in a situation like this, where you get to the finals, and we know what happens there, where you go get paid and stuff, we talked about it enough, you're going to go ahead and stand on it.
This is going to be interesting. This little Samurai with Kevin Stein behind the wheel. It's an 87, was pretty quick.
You better take notes, fellas. Well, he missed. He ran over that one, but he jumped over it. He didn't knock it down. Knock it down. It's okay. Take some notes, guys. This thing's going to do it.
Oh, that stuck it in the ground.
Well, he drove the stake in his heart right there.
Yeah, right here, going to make up some time right here now. Turn it loose. Turn it loose.
30.45.
Dusty,
what?
When you was yelling, turn it loose, he had it loose.
Boy, I know it was loose. It was loose coming out. Yeah, but I was, loose, you know what I mean.
Well, there's a few more to go. Watch this. Oh, man, look at his head snap back. Welcome back to Tacoma, Washington, the Monster Truck Challenge here from USA Motorsports. You know, we've been following this story with Katie Haas all night long, and in Dream, I think we've got some more information for us. I believe we have Neil Cargill with us. Is that correct, Neil?
Yeah, Mr. Shaheen?
Yes, go ahead. What do you have for us?
Yeah, we got something for you here.
Yeah, what do you got? What's your name again?
Neil Cargill.
Yeah, Neil Cargill. What's Katie Haas?
We were able to trace the call for you. This is Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes, we were able to trace the call from Mrs. Haas.
Yeah, all right, that's good.
Yeah,
now,
to
we're
a private residence outside of Muncie, Indiana.
Muncie, Indiana?
That's right.
She called from Houston. What are you talking about, Muncie, Indiana?
No, sir. It's positively from Muncie, Indiana. One of my associates in Muncie, Frank Gannon, is on his way there right now with a camera crew from a local television station. I got to tell you guys, this address is, well, it's in a less than savory part of town.
What are you talking about, savory part of town?
Well, I just hope nothing untoward has happened to Miss Haas.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I want Katie Haas back here. You get my Katie Haas back here, sitting in the seat right beside us right here at Motor Madness.
Yes, sir. We'll do our best.
I don't think I'd want to mess with Dream. I hope these guys are serious and know what they're talking about.
Well, I hope so.
Well,
Frank
stay
Cannon
with us. This thing continues on, and so will our Pro Arena trucks when we come back to Tacoma. Whoa, we got a big problem for the Executioner.
And that is a beautiful.
Whoa, standing on a nose.
Oh, it's up.
Oh, look out, look out, look out. Oh, and Roy Fisher took her over on her side.
Doesn't.
Mike, keep her
like this kind of racing like we do, this is definitely the tape for you. It's $15.99 plus $4 shipping and handling. Call that number on the screen or write Monster Trucks, P.O. Box 22499, Kansas City, Missouri 64112. Tell them you want Monster Trucks and Pros, the thunder and lightning of arena racing. Well, here's an update of the top 5 of Pro Arena Trucks as we work our way through round number 2. Mike Noose is still the guy to beat. Dave Peplow is about set to go. He sits 4th right now. So here's Peplow out on the track ready to take a shot at it.
Peplow is the man that could make the giant step if he can only finish in the good standings tonight. Now, he's got a 4th at this time. He really needs to attack the track hard. He said earlier, I know what I did wrong. I know where I can make up the time. He needs to do it, and at this moment, I've got to believe Dave Peplow does know what he's done wrong. I haven't seen any mistakes at this time, and he is headed to the finish line.
Can't make a mistake right here, I guarantee you. Look,
Oh, man, he's in the hunt.
Looks like
wide. Oh, he went too wide there.
Yeah.
He was good all the way to the last corner.
And I tell you, too, and it's getting them at the last corner. And we talked about it earlier. You got to be ready to cut and go. You got to be ready to blow and go when you come around there.
This is where it got him, Mike, right here on this last corner.
And I thought the tires were turned so tight that I thought it'd get in this area a lot quicker. But the truck is out here around the wreck cars. And when you're that far out, you're just taking way too much time to get the truck back in line for the finish line, and it cost him. He did not improve on his first time.
Well, here's another truck with a good shot at maybe stealing a win. Greg Hoshman. We've got an onboard camera with him too, Dream.
Yeah, this ought to be good now. This is what Motor Madness does for you right here. Take a look at this, guys. Bumping and grinding.
Look at him work that wheel. Too slow there.
This is going to be the important part. If he can get over this well, he may have a shot at it.
Yeah, he's got a good run going. Here you go.
Now he's on the brakes hard. That's good.
Take it out.
He's getting...
He got it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow. Yes, sir.
Unbelievable.
Good as a
By
mile.
100th of a second, he takes it.
With how many trucks? 1, 2...
Well, now we've still got the big guy to go. Mike Noose is up next, but watch this.
It's really, really pretty tonight. It's a beautiful pass all the way around. He got in tight on that turn. That's what set him up for the finish line. A good, strong run all the way through. We've seen this truck run this good before, and
Boy, he's got to be excited, Dave.
He is very excited. Greg Hoshman is #1 right now. Now, Greg, what did you tell me right before you went out?
I was going to take it all out, either break it or win, and I think we got the win, right? So far.
So far. The other thing he said, guys, is this is a brand new truck, and mentally, he's been trying to get over that so he can drive this thing as hard as possible. He's done it.
Remember how banged up he got earlier?
oh yeah, up in Minneapolis.
Yep.
Got his bell rung pretty hard on the last jump.
Well, here you go. This is the wing. Keep a close eye on this thing. Ralph seems to think this makes all the difference.
The 1951 Willys, nicknamed Wild Willie.
Inline 6-cylinder Maverick.
1970 Ford engine.
6-cylinder Maverick. Whoa, you can get a lot of cubic inches out of 6-cylinder Ford.
Now
He looks good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here he comes. He's
Yeah.
wide.
Oh,
He's
oh,
done.
oh, oh.
He's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's over.
Cost him again. So many guys losing valuable seconds coming in to the home stretch.
He got overly aggressive, and that's what cost him. Now, we do have a couple of competitors to go, but here's where it cost Noose.
Ralph, he had this thing won at this point. He was big ahead, but watch the back end of the truck come out in this area, out there where no one needs to be, and you can't beat the clock laying out in that part of the track.
Well, I tell you what, we talk a lot about looking for Pamela tonight, what an asset she was as the Madness was brought to TNN, but the big thing with all this going on is this thing with Katie Hassen Boys, I tell you, it's really a puzzle and a mystery so far.
2 racers to go, including John Horvath out of Santa Rosa, California, the Lawn Ranger.
Well, that was smooth.
Yeah.
That was very smooth.
Yeah, there you go. Professor Mike, look at him now.
He looks good. Let's see if he can just keep it together down the back straight.
That hurt him in there.
Now, he's had to slow down quite a bit.
Here's where he's got to go for. Right here.
He needs to be turning the wheels. He's out too far.
Osmond waiting. He knows he's got one more to sit through.
Wow.
Got to be a pressure situation when you sit there and watch these guys come and fire at you.
Well, he's another one of the ones that has towed all over the place to come racing with us, Mike, so he's going to pick up a lot of points tonight. Here's a guy that stood it up on its nose.
Yeah, and still whipped it back to get into the 15, and I guarantee you this is going to be a good one. Is it real loose down here? Professor Mike, on this end when they come around from all night as things went on and the dirt broke?
They've loosened the track up, and it's real slick and slimy in that part of the track.
The Bronco
tonight.
Right there.
I don't think he said wahoo.
No.
Guess what? Hausman's the winner.
Wow.
Oh, we're not done yet, though.
Well, he's still going to run just for the sake of taking on the track where he was going to run.
But not anymore. Not anymore. He called that one in. There he goes.
Now we're into a pride factor.
Yeah,
now let's
you better believe it.
Standing up on the nose.
Yeah, this is where you get beat 78-0, and you reach down and you play that final fourth quarter. That's what it's all about right here. That's Motor Madness. Come on and get it.
Put it on the nose.
Yeah.
Oh,
put it on the nose. Well, he can go home and say he finished it.
He did finish.
Good job.
Well, Dave, you got a guy who's picked up a lot of points tonight.
Yep, and Hausman's really glad we finally came out to the West Coast where we could race somewhat near to his home. But you came out with a brand new truck this year. Assess your season so far. This seems like a breakthrough night, doesn't it?
Yeah, with this new truck, we've just been having a lot of breakage, and mentally it slowed me down. And I just had to break the barrier, say let's go for it, and it paid off. So I think that's going to change the season now. I think I'm on the streak again.
You like the design? Do you want to do anything different to the truck to try to win the championship?
There's little things. It's a little too detailed to explain, but I think with that, I'm happy with the overall design. The motor's there. Yeah, we'll have to do a little bit to it, but hey, a win says it's almost there.
He says it's too detailed to explain. Professor, I think I'm going to have you come down here and work on Mr. Hausman for some information.
Tweaking is what he's looking at.
Dave, the only thing that counts is 100th of a second. That's what was the difference between Hausman and second place. He's a winner in Tacoma. Semifinals of the Monster Truck side-by-side drag race getting lined up and ready to go. Bigfoot and Firestone Wilderness.
Well, I've been waiting
position.
for this. Yeah.
Here's your brackets, Dream. Look at this.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, Firestone, and Executioner and Sampson. 2 good pairs.
Yeah, big game going on right here now. This is it right here.
Want to get the Super Scoop on all the Monster Truck racing? Right there, that 900 number. That'll get you the Super Scoop. It's $1.99 for the first minute and 99 cents for every minute thereafter. And if you're under 18, you need that parental permission to do so. That's all the scoop on Monster Trucks and Pro Arena trucks. Just call that number and they'll.
Well, I tell you what, you know, when you take a look at Bigfoot, Ralph, you know, you had talked to me a long time about the monster trucks and gave me a lot of knowledge of what's going on. This guy's been around a long time, these trucks, the Bigfoot trucks, and they are hard to beat. But I tell you what, Firestone's got a shot at him. I really believe it tonight. What do you think there now, Professor Mike? Gotta lean one way or the other.
Blue, Dusty, blue.
All right, saying blue.
Big blue.
Well, who gets off first?
And that, in this race, is the name of the game. Which one of these young drivers has got that lightning-fast reaction time? I think Eric will win this.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think Foot wins.
Bigfoot's the winner, we're told.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's all right.
He'll come right around. Watch the finish. Very, very close.
Not by much.
Half a foot. Watch him leave. Good reaction time. Truck settles in the back well, and it's nothing but horsepower and hang on.
Yeah, right into your living room on Motor Madness.
Yeah, suspension cam.
Watch these retainers right here when they drop out. That's when you know it's airborne. Now it's about ready to land.
Wow. What a call, man. I'm telling you. He knows it all. The professor is the man of trucknologist. I guarantee you. The main man about trucknologist.
Sampson on the right with the big bulging biceps, set to go up against Executioner, the white and red truck on your left. Here's Dan Patrick.
Resetting the ignition. Mr. Hall putting on his neck brace. And it's time.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one.
I like Sampson in this one. Dan Patrick is a good drag racer.
Well, opportunity knocking on his door right here.
Hall's no pushover, though.
No, he's been running well the last couple of weeks. Let's just wait and see.
I think Sampson got up too high. I think Hall got him.
We'll have to wait on official word.
If he got him by the hair of his chin right at the end.
We're going to wait.
Just wait for the word from the USA officials. They'll radio down to us. Let's take a look at it while the USA officials decide.
Yeah, you decide at home. Go ahead. Play USA official right now.
They leave almost identical in...
Go ahead. What do you think?
Chevrolet. It was one.
They're both Chevrolet. What are you talking about, Chevrolet? You crazy.
All right, the times are just... We're gonna...
The officials are going to take a look at our look again.
They're seeing,
times are identical.
They're seeing the same thing you're seeing right at this very moment. But this is the finish line. There's the finish.
Look at that tire.
Yeah.
Look at the tire and
I believe
Executioner.
that you're going to have to go to the Executioner.
They gave it to Executioner. Dan Patrick thought he had won. He was staging for the final.
Wow. Great shot. Camera guys, I'm telling you.
They're
good job.
Wow. The TNN cameraman saved the day for the Executioner. Just when he was about to go under the blade and get executed out of the final. You like that, don't you, Dream?
I was going to say it.
He's coming back, Dream. One of the great things about traveling with the TNN Motorsports crews, you get to come to a lot of great cities, and Tacoma is definitely one. We've had a wonderful time here visiting the Northwest with Motor Madness for the first time. That's a beautiful look at this downtown area of Tacoma, Washington, just south of Seattle.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, what a great group of Motor Madness fans right here in Tacoma, Washington. What a great event this is. And I know who you're taking.
Oh, yeah, they packed this place solid. Some 18,000 people jammed into the Tacoma Dome. Now they're going to get to watch this final between Bigfoot and Executioner.
Dusty, I'm going to be polite. You can have first choice. You know, pick one out that you like.
Well, since my man is laid over to the side, I'm going to go with the underdog, the Executioner. That's what I'm going to go that route. I like Foots. Foots is my man too. Foots is my man, but I'm gonna go with the Executioner.
I wouldn't call him an underdog. He just dusted off Sampson.
Well, I know that, but I mean, if you're looking at the deal, you know,
cut his hair.
One thing about the Executioner truck is you never know what you're gonna get.
It ran well since they made changes.
Oh boy, I don't even want to guess on that one.
I think we'll go to the videotape.
Oh, more than once, I gotta believe.
I'm gonna tell you what, guys. 2 in a row. It's more than a heart can stand.
We're going to look at this one a couple of times, I guarantee.
Just going to goes to show you how close these trucks actually are on the same type of track. Okay, good air. Here's the finish.
Foot.
It is.
Foot's got that one.
I mean, again by the hand.
Let's take a look at this ride, and it won't last very long. Look up in the ceiling as the truck flies through the air and lands on the other end. Eric doing a great job handling the big blue truck tonight. There he is. That young man is quite a talent.
He is really bringing Bigfoot around and into the winner's circle on numerous occasions here with TNN's Motor Madness. Eric has really got this Bigfoot truck working, Dave.
Obviously, the start is everything, but you've been pumped up all night long. Tell us about that last race.
I knew Mark Hall and the Executioner and the Hall boys were going to run us hard, but we had to put this forward in winner's circle up here on the King of the Hill, and we're just having a blast here. I mean, I got to thank everybody back at the shop. You guys put this truck together for us. Thanks to Ford, Firestone, BDS, Lawson, Mac Tools. Appreciate everything, guys.
Now, Eric, did you know that USA Motorsports had brought back instant replay for 1998?
Yeah, I heard about it, but this is the first show that I actually knew that they were going to use it, and a couple times it came out pretty good, so.
Came out great for Eric. Eric Tech, that is. He's the winner tonight in the Bigfoot.
It really made the difference for him tonight. It sure did. And the King of the Hill here tonight in Tacoma is Bigfoot. Oh, yes, sir. Watch this. This is how close it was at the finals of the side-by-side drags with the monster trucks in Tacoma, Washington. The Northwest rumbled under the foot of Bigfoot. We're not done. Stay with us. It's been a great night of racing here with the USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge inside the Tacoma Dome. This sold-out crowd enjoying some fantastic racing here in the Dome, just south of Seattle, Washington. Between the Pro Arena Trucks Dream and the Monster Trucks Professional, we had quite a show. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the racing from tonight, starting off with the Pro Arena Trucks. And Dream, this guy, Greg Hausman, made a tremendous effort.
Yeah, as Professor talked about, this is what needed to be done. Get around smooth, make them cuts tight, take it on home, get to the pay window. I guarantee you, he did it tonight in Pro Arena Trucks.
1/100th of a second separated him from first and second.
Hausman's got to be so happy. He's made giant steps towards that championship. He did a great job tonight.
About a 11-hour tow up by 5 out of Sacramento for him, and he comes home a winner. That'll make that trip home a lot easier. Now let's take a look at the monster trucks. Dream, you said all night long, Firestone Wilderness, and in the obstacle course, that's exactly what it was.
Well, like Professor said, he's coming. You know, I mean, it's a truck that's on the verge of doing great things. It's like he's knocking on that door to start him and had an opportunity to go ahead and get a taste of it tonight, but not quite enough.
And the big red truck just in front of you there picked up the win over Sampson in the obstacle course here tonight. But it was a good night all the way around for the Bigfoot team. In the side-by-side, the Big Blue got the win, Professor.
This is what racing is all about when it's that close. When you got to go to the replay, Ralph, that's the best you're going to get.
Well, now here are the USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge points. This is really important. Look at the tie up top.
That's great. That's great. Sampson came in with the lead. Foot made a big charge.
And look how close Equalizer, Executioner, and Bulldozer are in that fight for third. It's shaping up to be quite a season here on Motor Madness with our USA Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge between the Pro Arena Truck guys going at it now. That point battle is going to tighten up. And you see we got a tie atop the Monster Truck. This is really going to be an exciting season. Make sure you don't miss any of it. Now stay with us. We're not done here at Tacoma just yet. We got a little bit more for you. We're back for one more segment here in Tacoma, Washington. And Dream, I got to tell you, it was great having you here with us. I know we're going to see you in Indianapolis, which is our next stop. We can't wait for that. And Mike, that is going to be interesting because that racetrack in Indianapolis can be very similar to this, and that's going to make a difference in those points.
Big, long racetrack, only the difference will be horsepower, horsepower, horsepower. Who's going to have the horsepower, and who's going to be the... What is he doing?
Hey, wait a minute, guys. I got some. Hello, who is this?
They handing him a phone?
Hey, I got Frank Cannon on the phone. Frank, where are you? Frank is in Muncie, Indiana. Where Katie Haas is supposed to be. Frank, what are you doing? Wait a minute, guy. What are you doing, Frank? They're going in there. They're going in the house. They're going in the house.
Well, Katie.
Frank, talk to me. They're in the kitchen. They're going in the kitchen. Bunch of old filthy kitchen. Frank, where's Katie? They're going in a room full of shoes, is it women's shoes? High heel shoes. They're in a room with high heel shoes. Have you seen Katie? Hey, Frank, what now? They hear screams. They're going down a hall. Frank, you're going down a hall. Talk to Frank. There's a shrine of Katie on the wall. A shrine of Katie. They're outside the door. Hey guys, Frank, they're outside the door right now. They hear voices. There's voices outside the door. It's Katie in there, Frank. It's Katie. Oh my God.
What?
My God, they hear a scream.
What?
They hear a scream. What is it? What? The phone's dead. Hey, the phone is dead. The phone's dead. The phone's dead. Frank.
Cannot believe this.
We need to get out of here, guys. We need to get out of here.
Radio communications are provided by Racing Radios. For all your business and racing communications needs, as well as scanners and frequency lists, call on Racing Radios at 1-800-669-1522. LA West Luxury Vans, the world's ultimate sport utility vehicle. LA West Luxury Vans, available at select Ford dealerships nationwide. Call us at 800-786-VANS. Drivers, race teams, and race fans, the 1998 Team Simpson Racing Catalog is now available. For more information, call 1-800-71-RACIN or visit the Simpson website at simpsonraceproducts.com and join Team Simpson today. Race fans, you make the call. New LCI residential long-distance customers receive 30 minutes of free domestic calling and the World Card Plus calling card featuring participating drivers. Don't delay. Call now, 1-888-TEAM-LCI. Lighting for tonight's event provided by Musco International.